Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
Yes, it's Cleveland's longest running podcast and the place to hang with your internet besties. Got questions or comments? The email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy, of course, being spelled with a K.
Stays Crunchy.
You can also give us a call or message us at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311.
Stays Crunchy.
We're available anywhere fine podcasts are, and of course at the website stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show wherever possible, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. And now,
Stays Crunchy.
on with the show.
Stays Crunchy. Stays Crunchy.
So with the whole Chipotle of it all in the world, like I've been trying to give some places another chance. Chipotle still ain't came through yet. I still need to go back and give Qdoba another try. As far as the Krispy Kreme near me, they stay fucking up still. But
I thought it was good. I thought that you and the boys love going there.
well, it's been like for the Eclipse Day, out of Eclipse Donuts, like in the morning, like
Yeah.
It seemed like, and so what Chick-fil-A, not Chick-fil-A, because they're right across the street from each other, but what Krispy Kreme does is, so they'll bring out, like they had the new Dolly Parton donuts, right?
Yeah.
So I'll get an email the day after they come out, like, hey man, come check us out, try one of our free Dolly Parton donuts.
Okay.
Like the day after, you get one for free usually. So I go in, I forgot which one it was, but it was, I go in to get my free. No, we don't got it. And I ordered these ahead of time. We ain't even got those. So no heads up, no free donuts. And I already used my coupon to get this online.
Yeah.
So they're there. I mean, and it's the only day. So it's just stuff like that happening over and over again. And like, I didn't really give them another try. I just got my free dozen a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
And that was pretty much it. But
It's this just happened to work out that you talking about try something the second time. It's not that it's the second time, it's probably multiple times, but it's been some years since I've been there, and they opened up one recently here in my city, Jersey Mike's.
oh, okay.
And I was off the other day. I took the kid to work, but it was raining. But you know what I'm saying. And so they was like, "I don't even know I'm gonna be at work, but drop me off at work. That way, I don't gotta walk in this rain." And I was like, while I'm out, let me go snag his prescription. But also, I was like, "Oh, I'll go get some food from me and Nessa." So I order food from Taco Bell. Taco Bell won't let me hit drive-through. I'm like, it's only letting me hit pickup. And I'm like, all right, I guess. So I drive to Taco Bell. I go there. There's somebody standing outside the door at Taco Bell, pouring down rain on his bike. I open the door. I'm like, hey, man, are they open? And he's like, I'm like,
Oh, man.
they're not open. And I go around to the drive-through just in case. Nobody pop on. And I'm like, oh, okay. Taco Bell not work. So I just cancel my order. So then I'm like, well, here, I'll just reorder it at the one up the way over here. And I'm like, no, nothing. I'm like, oh, how about the one here in my town? No, nothing. Taco Bell was just down. It's probably, I don't know what it was. Taco Bell just went in, but I was like, man, what am I ordering in? And I was like, oh, y'all, that Jersey Mike's open. I'll get Nessa tuna sandwich. She fuck with tuna. It's only one of the few people, besides Box here, tuna can Dan. And
sorry, Daddy.
I'm on my way. I'm on my way to go get the sandwich, right? And I hit Vanessa. I'm like, hey, man, I ordered some Jersey Mike's. I got you tuna there. She's like, yo, what they put in their tuna? I go, and I said, I got it for you because they don't put onion in their tuna. I know you don't fucking onion. Do they put celery in their tuna? I go, shit. I think they might. And I look it up and sure shit, yes, it's celery in Jersey Mike's. She don't fucking celery either. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. But I made the order on my phone and was driving up there. So I drove up there, got in there, was like, yeah, I made an order. My lady don't want the damn celery in the damn tuna. She goes, I'll pick it out. I was like, that's real dope of you. So, but I tell Vanessa, hey, lady says she'll pick it out. You should be good. She goes, no, don't even get that shit. It's going to taste like it anyway. Just give me like a turkey sandwich. And so I got her Jersey Mike's turkey provolone. I got myself, of course, buffalo chicken. Hadn't had them forever.
The Big Kahuna?
No, just that buffalo chicken joint. I ain't get the they just call it. It's literally just a buffalo chicken. I did get a giant, so it was a Big Kahuna in that regard, but not the Big Kahuna, which is a sandwich there. Bro, I get home, and I'm like, Taken to the Stars is so good. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Jersey Mike's really hold it down all these years later. And the only reason I really wanted Jersey Mike's because they Mythical did Jersey Mike's versus what is Subway's? Jersey Mike's versus somebody else the other day.
Jimmy John's.
Or last week.
It was Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
And I was like, I think it was. And I'm just saying, Jersey Mike's is hitting. It is so good. I was thoroughly impressed by how good that's. Plus, it was just chock full of goodness and all. I was like, yo, this smacks.
I've never eaten from there before.
Real good.
I'm gonna tell you what turned me around. I got Jersey Mike's, and I've been getting the rosemary parm bread forever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't know what made me get it. I don't know if they didn't have it one day, and I'm like, I've been making a mistake all these damn years. And I just been addicted to it ever since. Like, just the regular bread is so hitting. It's so good. I get it Mike's way minus the salt. Add mayo, turkey provolone. Like they gave me birthday points the other day. I'm due one, so
nice.
So I should have took took somebody's advice that told me like, hey, if your birthday is in a certain month, for every place, don't give them that birthday. Like spread it out throughout the month, because it was a couple places. I think Starbucks and Tropical Smoothie only give you your free thing on your birthday.
Oh, they suck because a lot of people spread it out the whole month.
Yes.
Red Robin, you can go the whole month. You can go get your whole French fries burger. You get your free burger and fries like the whole month. Because Vanessa and her sister, her Tina, her second sister, they both in January. So they both go hit up Red Robin. They always have a birthday meal together, and they go get their free burgers from Red Robin. So yeah, bro, that like most people is cool. That's just them. That's them to particular stores just being little bitches about their shit.
Oh yeah, Target as well. Like Target, like you only they give you a couple days, but like so I was gonna use my birthday 5% off to get my son a birthday present, and when I went to go pull the trigger, my birthday 5% was gone. I was like, damn, but it worked out still.
That's dope. Boxes, you chew it. How is it this second round with of Charlie's? As you said, it was not that dope last time. How was it this time?
It's hitting the spot, but it could be just because I was really hungry. But it's doing what I needed it to do.
That's dope.
I'm actually down like the last bite almost.
Hey, it's all good. That's what really got us discussing this. It's like how funny, like the second chances. Cause like I said, I just happened to have given a place if you will, a second chance, and that's why I just happened to be served up. Actually, we went to. So last week was, of course, Aunt's birthday, but it's also our homegirl AK's was graduating from her little college, and so I went to her graduation. So, but after that, me and Ness was like, "Y'all want some Applebee's? Let's go to Applebee's." I ain't been to Applebee's. Last time I went to Applebee's was when I think Mario Kart came out on the Switch. Because we went to the midnight open at that Best Buy over there to pick it up. Okay. So March, April, May of 2017, 7 years ago. It's been a very long while since I hit up Applebee's. So we went to Applebee's this time. We went to the one nearest Dan's house over in over off of Ridge.
Okay.
I mean, I hope that's not too much. It's not doxy, you know what I'm saying? Ridge is a long ass street. You have no idea where it's at, but
I mean, there's a lot of proxy to Ridge, so
yeah.
There's a ridge road near my house too. So
you know they have that 2 for $25, but they also got it's actually some bullshit because basically it's like, look, this is you can get. It's two things on that motherfucker that you can get for $2.25. It's two things you can get two for, like two for 22, 2 for 25, 2 for 32. Basically two things. It's like
it's really
you can get this Asian chicken salad or you can get this burger. You can get this whatever. So we end up going up. Had to go because you got basically got the whatever the most expensive item is. That's what you get in the 2 for whatever that is. And so I get like it's like chicken something or other, and it's literally just a chicken breast with some mushrooms and stuff on it on a hot plate and some scrimp on top of it, and it was like just salty and drab, and I was like, our server I'm not saying she had an attitude, but she did not seem so gung ho to be kicking it with us, and I'm like, that's some whole shit. What's that? what I do? And but Vanessa, of course, was like, oh my god, I love, because she used to work at Applebee's, so she has the Applebee's in her heart kind of situation. So she loved their boneless wings and she loved their mozzarella sticks, and so she, of course, was just, I am gravy, and I'm like, I am not, but you know what? I love you, and that's what's up, because that shit was whack. So Applebee's won't be getting the third time out your boy. I tell you that.
So like I was saying with the place that lunch went to, and as well as the place you just said was terrible, I've been on a mean tear with buffalo wings. Only they can only be buffalo, and I've been getting them for every place you can think of. From Chili's, from Applebee's, from Charlie's, anywhere. No place has scratched my itch. The place that scratched my itch the most has been Red Robin.
Okay. Yeah.
And like it's this, I've been to hood spots, I've been to regular spots, and like it was this one place near me. I got their fried wings with buffalo sauce. Man, it was just hot. It wasn't good. It wasn't buffalo. The sauce wasn't buttery. It was just burning my lips. like it hasn't been a place that has satisfied my itch yet. The closest place was Scalpers on Mayfield. Their wings were really good. But it's just been like a spiral of letdown.
I'm trying to think when the last time I had just wings. I think I got some again. So we got bone wings at Applebee's. I think I got some. I think I got either the tenders or the thighs from Wingstop, so I can't really count them. I don't know.
They still doing the thighs?
Yes, I think that was just a part of their menu. Well, no, it's whenever I got them shits. So don't get it twisted. They may not be having them things no more. They might be, but I have not had just wings. I don't think in a bit, y'all. Huh. Maybe I should get some wings at some point. I think I tried to order from the Wingstop over there on like 106 when they first opened, or not even when they first opened, when they was already kind of chugging along. I thought, and y'all might remember this tale. I went in that bitch. They gave my food to another lady and gave me her food. So I get home, come back. I'm like, oh no, she went home. I think I got to the car and I was like, none of this is right. And then she come back in basically with my food, but they can't just let us trade.
Yeah,
because motherfuckers done took food home and they could have let their dog spit on it, whatever.
Oh.
So we had to sit there and let them remake all our food. And I think that was the last time I ordered wings. And it's just like, it was just such a piss poor customer service experience that I'm just like, that's all what it is, man. I love good food and when I can have it, but all these places it's just during this period of time where motherfuckers is like, look, they don't treat us right. They don't pay us well. We will give you basically we're going to give you the value of what we're being paid. And it's not a value. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting treated. You're not being treated well by these employees because they're not being treated well by their employers. And so I can never be truly mad at them because they are in a bad kind of way. But it means that I don't ever get a good customer service experience. And that makes me less likely, even though the food might be smacking, to go get more of it, you know?
Yeah.
But this point,
you know how like there's been all this this backlash against like Chipotle lately with like the TikToks and the videos and all that stuff. I went in there last week. No, it was the week before, and I got like a chicken bowl with double chicken, and the young man, the lad, takes like the first scoop, and it's like a heaping scoop, and he puts it on, and I'm like, all right, cool, this guy's not gonna like do me dirty on the chicken. So instead of going in with a second scoop and putting it on, he starts grabbing like chicken by like one or two pieces with the tip of the spoon and just placing them into my bowl like he's like counting almost, you know. And I'm just like, oh, come on, buddy. You did so good on the first one. And then you're going to go corporate on the second one? Come on now.
The first one is free. The second one, you got to pay. Literally.
Either of y'all, I know none of us are this type of person, but maybe we got bold for one go around. Have any of y'all tried the camera trick? Going to Chipotle, holding up the camera?
Nah.
I've only been in like one since that generation of thought has occurred. Like I've only been in like one time since then.
The new Chipotle meta, which involves you going like this the whole damn time.
I don't think I could be that bold. Like I wouldn't be comfortable seeing somebody. I would get secondhand embarrassment for somebody else doing it. I'm like, what is this life?
Facts. If I saw somebody doing that, it would be a problem. So you are absolutely right. And I could never do. I could never. So
yeah. I'm really getting to the point. Like it's two things going on with my phone. I don't care as much about it anymore. Like I remember it'd be like, oh, it's the new blase bluesy blah blah out. I gotta have that phone. I don't really feel like that anymore. And I'm getting to the point where it's like certain things I don't have notifications for. Like Instagram, I don't I have to check it in order to know that I got a message on it. For almost everything. Like not for like I don't have it. I think I got notification for like Fat Kid deal so on Twitter and that's it. Like other than that, like I don't have notifications for anything but for text messages and emails. So
I want to say I have something similar. Text messages and emails for sure. Let me go look at notifications. Who notifies me? As I scroll through this, all the financial apps. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that's the one thing. One other thing.
Both podcast apps. I don't actually use Apple Podcasts, but it's there, and so it'll be like, hey yo, it's a new episode of Crimpetous, and it's literally just our three shows that I have programmed into that bitch. So that'll pop. Let's see. I know I have Xbox I should just turn it off because it's literally it's Dan, it's Chalfie, and it's my nephew. That's the only ones that pop up. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like my favorite friends or whatever the hell they are on there. But like I don't have any of the games. It's weird that Libby, I do have Libby turned on, but they'll be like, hey man, your book showed up.
Yeah, I was fucking up with that for a while because I wasn't getting my books, and Stephen King be dropping shit out of nowhere, and then like people be done, and I missed out on a book or two from that.
Yeah, but in the normal world of let me see, I think I have Instagram notifications on, but I think I should just leave it where they like just do the green dot. I don't need them to be dropping down from the menu. Yeah, I have sounds and badges. So basically, it'll give me a little boom boom, and it'll put the little green dot on the screen. Basically, say there's something on your Instagram, like a red dot. Like, see that? Not really. Camera never wants to go. But if you look right, kind of in that corner of the Instagram right there, you'll see this little red dot right there saying there's something in Instagram, either a messenger or somebody has liked something or whatever. And yeah, try to be better about that. But me and Vanessa text all damn day, so that is and now Lee be working and Xander be working. Everybody at the house, so my whole family, we all texting all day. We are in a group chat, but we don't hit each other too hard. But we're in a group chat, and then me and Chalfie and Delvin and Fowler in a group chat, and so I get enough notifications. But with that being said, you're still an Android man, right?
Yeah, I'm still an Android guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You ain't switching over to iOS or anything like that. So I mean, you still kind of have a little something in your system, in your soul.
Yeah, but like it was funny. Did you hear about how they were saying that like they make the chat bubbles and stuff bad on purpose?
Yeah, they and because of Europe, it's always Europe. America will never force anybody to do right, but Europe always does. They have to have that fixed before the year is out. And
Well,
and in fact, it's supposed to come with their next big iOS update, which is in beta right now, but comes out for everybody else in September. And
yeah,
so
like
your bubbles will still be green on my phone, but you know how if I send you a video, it's just a little postage stamp.
yeah,
It's because it's still using the old system SMS that we used to send text messages back on. We had, buttons on our phone. It
yeah,
still uses that, and it still it sends stuff like through multimedia message, which basically sends you the lowest quality version of an image. Which is why basically if I want to send y'all a video, I just put it in IG chat.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, like you and my mom are the only people that I know that use an Apple device.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm getting closer to like just wanting a flip phone.
That PG Lang just like stupid phone, basically dumb phone. I
Yeah,
like it. I like the ideal of it, but I don't know, man.
not yet.
I play all these games on this fit. If nothing else, it's a game device. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So, although after that last Monopoly event, me and Monopoly got
yeah.
real.
I was this close to not playing no more. Lunch really saved the day today. Like because it was like,
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the stickers. I was thinking that race bullshit.
oh, that too. Because like with my partner not playing no more, I don't have any more. I didn't have any more options, and I had to have somebody on my team that I didn't know.
Yeah,
Um,
they gave me they gave me somebody, which I
mm,
don't
Yeah,
like. I'm
same.
like,
I
don't
had
do that.
someone that I didn't know either.
Leave,
They just showed up.
leave that bitch blank and let me just do what I got with y'all too, or make sure it's a friend of mine. But you gave me a nobody, and I don't even know if that was a real person because they only did like I promise in our little group, and then you know what I'm saying it was like if I did 1,200, Ant did 15, and Box did 1,900, that motherfucker did 500.
5. Yep, kept on doing 5.
Which makes
Yep.
me know then
Did the
if you telling me that that's a bot,
did the name of it
right?
start with
That's
like an
gotta be what
E?
that is. Yes. I wonder if we all had the
All
same
right, yeah,
team
that's
because
who
we
I
were on
had.
the same team. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
it was
again,
crazy.
whole shit. Don't do that.
And yeah, the other two people that I usually play games with, they're related, so they're on each other's team, and it was like I feel like other than that game, my game is perfect because everybody else like has dropped out and don't play no more. I was considering it like to get you to ask Chaffee for me and him to become friends, and then he
Yeah.
still not play.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know how many times in the last. Okay, how long this game was going for? Like 90 days, 120 days, or something like that.
The sticker album.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
This one's
It
97
went.
days.
Okay, I was pretty strict about not spending my stars
Okay.
unless I had 800.
Okay.
So I've been down to only 3 stickers for the past like 2.5 months, maybe. Like maybe two, at least 2.
Yeah.
But out of that time, doing all those times I had like 800 stars, I never got anything. Like never got anything new the whole time, and like it just made me feel like I did that for no reason.
Man, Carrie is normally hold me down in like some of the partner events and so forth. Like I
Yeah,
said, but I don't even know. And actually the way has been looking, it looked like maybe he been playing less because just the way, like if I hit on his shit or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? I try not to hit any of my friends except for my brother. 'Cause my brother be hitting me all the time now. And I'm just like, if you gonna hit me, I'm gonna hit your ass right there.
yeah, that's hilarious.
It is. Well,
Yeah, because it's to us it's an unspoken thing, but I don't know if everybody play like that.
clearly not, because it's people in there who they attack you, they targeted you. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a difference between if you like they pop up and you hit them. I don't think that counts as targeting.
Yeah,
But I think if somebody go to their list and says, "I chose to fucking hit your ass," I'm like,
yeah,
don't do that, bro. I mean, you aimed at me. Don't.
I wonder sometimes too, because I saw something on Reddit where people were talking about how like the game will do push notifications saying someone hit you, because but like they didn't, because like the one Reddit post was like I was sitting on the couch next to my boyfriend, and then I got a notification that he tagged me in Monopoly Go, so I got mad at him and I was like, "Why'd you tag me?" And he's like, "I'm not even playing. What are you talking about?"
I'll see.
Like, and that because then like T attacked me 2 days ago, and I didn't hit him back. So he's sitting on my like people that attacked me thing right now.
The
And
target
then
list.
while I was driving yesterday, yeah, like the people who attacked you, like, yo, you want to hit him back? So like I didn't hit him back, so he's just sitting there right now. And then when I was driving yesterday to go like where I was going, I got a notification that he hit me again. So like I don't know if it
I
was an
definitely
accident, you
didn't.
actually did hit me, but like it told me that like you hit me yesterday. But then when I go into the game, it's like the time on it hasn't changed. It's still, unless it doesn't update with the second attack or the whatever quote unquote fake attack or whatever. But the game tried to tell me yesterday that you hit me while I was driving after I'd let it go from the day before where you like it says you hit me.
The game is dirty.
Yeah, and I'm like, like I said, I'm pretty good about that shit, bro. So I don't know. Maybe I sleepily hit you, but I definitely didn't hit you today at all. So that's for sure. Matter of fact, because I ain't even been on it today. I went in there long
No, it
enough
wasn't
to
today.
trade that sticker. Well, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I went there to get that sticker taken care of and keep motherfucking moving. But yeah, man, like I said, yeah, I don't know. Here I am unwrapping stickers right now, and I love seeing new. Just get you like, yeah, new stickers, fresh stickers. But yet and still collect now. And where'd I come in the damn tournament? I was in 9 when last I checked. I came in. No, I could. Well, I guess I couldn't have been in 9th because I came in 7th. So
Yeah, like I do feel like I will be playing. I want to start playing less. It's like it's not as fun anymore when you was like I used to feel more lucky, like more shit was spontaneous. Like I know if I roll over 20 rolls, I'm not getting anything, and I'm not hitting anything. It's gonna be I'm gonna either be losing money the whole time, or it's gonna be on some properties that ain't nobody sitting on. I'm not gonna hit them.
already just got a repeat sticker. How sway?
Oh yeah,
I got a repeat
It's the first
3-star
time.
earlier today.
It's just it makes me insane. Oh man, 207 stickers this time.
yeah, I didn't even look at that.
Yeah, isn't that like almost 30 more than last time?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
It's 23 albums. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did 3 more albums to start off this time. Because I think the initial album was 180.
It was 189 the whole
189.
time.
Yep.
Because I've been looking at it for like the last whatever. So, but
Yeah,
Lord.
like, and then
Well,
with the extra albums, it was 234. I got up to 212, and like I could have made the trade for like 2 or 3 more of the 4 stars, but I just didn't see the point because I knew I
yeah.
wasn't going to get all the 5 stars in time, so I just didn't even bother.
Yeah. Well, let's get you can clearly hear in us. We ain't recording a couple weeks, so we have a lot to catch up on. But I should at least get the show started, and so let's do that. Visualizing the realism of life and actuality, fuck who's the baddest. A person's status depends on salary, and my mentality is money orientated. I'm destined to live the dream for all my peeps that never made it. Cause yeah, we was beginners in the hood as 5%ers, but something must have got in us. Cause all of us turned to sinners. Now some resting in peace, and some are sitting in San Quentin. Others, such as myself, are trying to carry on tradition, keeping the swept of vests and street ghetto essence and stylists, because it provides us with the proper insight to guide us, even though we know somehow we all gotta go. But as long as we leaving thieving, we'll be leaving with some kind of dose. So until that day we expire and turn to vapors, me and my capers, or be somewhere stacking plenty papers, keeping it real, packing steel, getting high. Because life's a bitch and then you die. Hey, welcome to it. It's episode 541. And yes, indeed, we're at the Athletic Fit. I'm your host, Then it's Taylor 713. Join us always my best friends. It's the 216 song Tatum.
Have you guys eaten any barley lately?
No, I don't think I've had barley in years. You got barley on deck? Just regular?
I got them in glass jars in my basement waiting for the day.
Right on. Of course, the big homie lunchbox. 2-0. Nah.
I'm the best of the canned chilies.
No Hormel here.
What options are available? What we got here in the world of canned chili?
Hormel's the only one I know. I'm sure there's
Somebody.
I'm sure there's like
chili.
some Texas Pete or some shit like that, but you know, Hormel's the only one I can name off the top of my head.
I know Wendy's sell their canned chili brand.
So this is just a quick Google search. So this is just everything that pops up. Hormel, Wendy's, Hormel no beans, Gold Star, Wolf
Yep.
Brand, Stag Chili, Skyline, Chunky, Great Value Chili with Beans, and Chili Man Chili with Beans. That's a Sam's Club exclusive.
So
Those are your chili options from that are just what pop up on the opening screen of Google if you type in canned chili. Go on.
I forgot what I was about to say.
Full crew this week, and we hadn't been together. Like I said, we had a week off, and I think the week before that, Ant wasn't here. So this is Ant's first show in like 3 weeks. So I'm saying lots to get caught up on and discuss. And then he's not here next week, but I think Chaffee. I think I got Chaffee signed up for next week, so we should be good there.
Yeah,
But
it's Emery's birthday next week. My birthday was 13 days before his, so
7 days from today, from where we're recording.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a whole whirlwind of different shit. So,
Well, we'll get you there. But other than that, standard fare. Got a couple news stories. Smell the assholes. A whole lot of entertainment. But of course, like I said, it's like 2 weeks worth of entertainment, chock full of it, and I can't wait to talk to y'all about it. So I'm gonna just try to run through this shit with expedience. I'm not gonna have nothing because I don't think nothing's occurred in the last 2 weeks that have any kind of ilk that y'all need to get caught up on in my life besides my entertainment situation. So we'll just do that. Let's start with this news. Both stories this week are from Scene Cleveland. Both are by Mark Opera, who was just on his grind over these last few days, writing some stories up. First one, why some Northeast Ohio communities are banning recreational marijuana dispensaries and why others are buying in. Having the ability to utilize marijuana is one thing, but having it get sold in a community that's very family-centric is a totally different thing. Now, do these same neighborhoods have liquor stores? We'll find out. Let's read. It's possible to say that Bryan Adams' journey into the world of cannabis activism began with a film canister. It was March 11, 2006, and Adam was an introverted 22-year-old working at a restaurant in Bedford. As an East Side teenager, Adams had indulged in marijuana, but certainly not immersed in the world. Regardless, a dishwasher gifted him a film container's worth of bud as Adam was ending his shift for the night. That's a good deal of free weed. I got the like, hey man, thanks. Outside in the parking lot, he was met by two police cruisers. He was arrested and later convicted of drug abuse in the Cuyahoga County Court of Common Pleas. That's fucked up. They handed you your weed and there's somebody in the parking lot? That seems like a setup, right?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the point.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. And was fined $255 because possession of marijuana, a Schedule I narcotic at the time, was classified as a 4th-degree misdemeanor. Adams spent the following decade managing the lingering spoils of a drug charge. Cold showers by landlords, cold shoulders by landlords, stigma when dealing with HR departments, a fate dealt to tens of thousands of other Ohioans. It could keep you from getting a job, he said, even in the cannabis field. That's crazy. Today, thanks to actions of Ohio voters this past November, Adams' pocket full of weed and it's smoky warrants no more than a shoulder shrug in the eyes of law enforcement and city and state legislators. A process that's taken years as Ohio voted in favor of Issue 2 and legalized recreational weed and decriminalized small possession following a string of failed attempts stretching back decades. Issue 2, the second attempt to legalize recreational pot in the state passed with 57% of the statewide vote, roughly 3 million Ohioans, in November. But the following law that went on the books in December came with an interesting dilemma for cities from Toledo to Athens. Individuals could possess weed up to 2.5 ounces and could even grow half a dozen cannabis plants in their bedroom or secured closet. But actually supplying THC gummies or weed vapes for the public, that would be a decision left to the cities themselves, who, lawmakers said, may adopt a resolution by majority vote to prohibit or limit the number of adult-use cannabis operators. With the state set to finally allow recreational sales beginning with established licensed medical dispensaries, the question of where Northeast Ohioans will be able to buy weed is one coming into focus. Some cities, as when medical marijuana was legalized, have wanted nothing to do with the sale of weed. Others were gung-ho. Some bucolic suburbs have used the opportunity as a chance to stand in favor of preserving values and legislating morals, but those moves have stood against the majority of voters. In Northeast Ohio, where 98% of cities and towns voted to legalize recreational use, only Lindale, a tiny village of just 109 people, actually said no to issue 2. From January to mid-June, 55 towns and cities across Ohio issued indefinite bans or temporary moratoriums on adult use dispensaries. Cities needed zoning laws updates or so-called incompatibility with town values. Get the fuck out of here. 14 of those in Northeast Ohio: Avon Lake, which I know has a liquor store; Beechwood, Elyria, which I know has liquor stores; Hudson, Middleburg Heights, which I know has liquor stores; Kirtland, Medina, Richmond Heights, North Olmsted, which I know has liquor stores, several, including one in the grocery store; North Ridgeville, which I know has liquor stores. I go there to buy specific liquor because they have the one store that sells my man Uncle Nearest; North Waleton, Orange, Strongsville, and Westlake, both of which I know have liquor stores. I just want to make that point.
Richmond Heights doesn't have a liquor store.
Fair enough.
And Beechwood doesn't have a liquor store either.
There will be dispensaries in Cleveland. However, City Council passed legislation in May ensuring that adult use dispensaries don't pop up within 500 of any sensitive areas: schools, churches, playgrounds, parks. Again, I just don't agree with that when I know liquor stores is pretty close to all these things, but in the appropriate retail districts, which was pretty much just a copy-paste of Ohio law. But the bans and temporary moratoriums on dispensaries elsewhere came in quickly. In May, the Elyria City Council passed a temporary moratorium by an 8-2 vote on adult use dispensaries, citing issues with current zoning laws. The same thing happened in Beechwood. If the thrust is to treat marijuana like alcohol, Beechwood Councilwoman Ali Stern told Scene, we need to treat marijuana like alcohol, and I think maybe make our decisions accordingly. The same mentality pervaded the vote in the Elyria Council. We're not rejecting weed sales, but just asking for more time to study the issue at hand. Study what? Adams told me. You've had 7 years to study. We do need to get the proper legislation in place as to where and how these things can operate. Councilman Jack Sarah, who voted for Elyria's moratorium, told Scene, it's no secret that the state's running way behind the 8 ball on this thing, getting their stuff together. Sarah clarified this stance. It was just to buy us some time, and who knows what the next comment is coming out of Columbus. Paul Savchenko, the founder of Canaccord Group, a multi-state cannabis and psychedelic licensing firm that has aided weed entrepreneurs in navigating laws in Colorado and California, said she tends to see through Ohio's wave of springtime pot moratoriums. Even when local laws say nothing about dispensary builds in the first place, a lot of the time they're just using moratoriums as an excuse. They just kind of want to kick the can down the road and deal with it later. Savchenko said, it's somewhat of a cop-out. I mean, there's some truth to it, but it's a cop-out. Similar political skepticism exists in Lakewood, where 8 of the 10 residents voted for issue 2 last November. Councilman Tristan Rader's mind, the adult use tax benefit, which could triple that of what Lakewood sees from its 2 medical dispensaries, outweighs any uneasiness with social mores. Medical, he said, is the best buffer to gauge how a city is going to respond to recreational sales. Having Rise on Detroit, arguably Northeast Ohio's most prolific dispensary thus far, should dispel any preconceived notions about adult use corrupting societal norms. Especially when he said they open for rec in late June, early July. I think others cry not in my backyard or fear that it's something that's going to get out of control. Rader told Scene, but in reality, It's not half as scary as people think it's going to be. Include some in Avon Lake in the batch of those who think so. Here's how I look at it. Avon Lake Councilman Rob Shamir says, who voted back in May for an indefinite ban on adult use dispensaries, told Team. Having the ability to utilize marijuana is one thing, but having it sold to a community that's very family centric is a totally different thing. We're reminded that 60% of Avon Lake voters, Avon Lakers voted to legalize recreational use. Shamir doubled down on his dichotomy. It's legal for you to possess it and use it, he said. It's having a facility that's close to children, where children are the central point of the community. That's the problem. Fellow Avon Lake Councilman David Coss, who voted against the ban, balked at Shamir's suggestion. I can't square the two in my mind, he said. You can be family friendly and still have a well-regulated dispensary that has rules in place to ensure the safety of the community. In Middleburg Heights, where 45% of the households are families, council stepped up almost immediately in January to attempt to preserve the pristine character of its family centrism. By May 28th, a law had passed 8-2, outlawing any regulated sales of gummies or loose bud, despite the slim margin, 52% of Middleburg voting for the pot law. The estimated income tax perk of $230,000 a year. What's our reputation worth? Council Dan Sage asked at the May meeting. What is our public safety worth? What would the cost be? Increased DUIs or increased police, fire, and EMS calls? On a recent Thursday in June, 4 days after DCC opened its portal for adult use applications, which would solely be for medical dispensaries for now, Scene drove to Middleburg Heights to meet Councilman Tim Ali to hear more of his reasoning behind his push to outlaw adult use sales. I know Tim Ali's nephew, Tim Ali, and how funny that his uncle is trying to outlaw weed. Because guess what? I know Tim smoked a lot of weed. Anyway, it was a sunny day in the beginning of an inviting summer, so kids were running around the water park in Middleburg's gargantuan rec center. Moms push strollers down the Big Creek Parkway. Dads leaning on roaring lawnmowers. Man, they really trying to make this small 50s Leave It to Beaver shit. A Middleburg resident of 61 years and on the council for 31 of those years, Ali carries the kind of hometown protectionism one might expect from a post-war mayor. What? Ali is bald and wears a red and blue tie over a tucked-in white shirt that suggests he might be out on the campaign trail. When asked why he voted to ban recreational weed, Ali was quick to remind that his wife is a doctor, and she's also against it, he said. The fuck that's got to do with anything? But 52% of the residents here voted for it. I mean, the election was close, he added, standing in the driveway of one of his rentals he manages off Big Creek Parkway. Again, you've seen his name around town. I'll tell you that. 2 blocks from City Hall, it's like anything else. When something's that close, 2%, that's pretty darn close to being 50-50. Half of the people want it. Half the people don't, but that's not what happened. More than half the people want it, and less than half the people don't. Ali readjusted his tie and worried at the Canon DSLR photo camera he used to snap photos of the properties. Bottom line here, he said, we don't want to make it easier for folks to get recreational weed. At least you just said the loud part out loud that time. Out of the 23 other states that have legalized marijuana over the past 2 decades, Ohio has, as one might expect, some of the tightest regulations for adult use weed. Ohio really came out the gate swinging, Adams said. Such a cautious push played out at Governor Mike DeWine's podium and the state's legislators that sought through proposed rewrites to curtail Issue 2's fruits in some way, limit homegrown plants, bolster the tax, and so forth. But none of that happened. Y'all remember we read about that. Such rules overseen by the DCC and approved in June seem to put dispensaries, both medical and adult use, in the same level of surveillance as Federal Bank or the Louvre. For one, every single piece of a dispensary, from its name to its logo on a business card, must be vetted and approved by the DCC. All visitors must sign in before entering. They do this. We've been to Michigan. It's the same thing up there. This is not out of the ordinary. So I'm not thinking this is too whatever. Just you can go in and buy it in Cali. Don't mean it's like that everywhere else. Every inch of the store, from its restricted areas, access waste receptacles where expired stock is tossed out, sometimes with kitty litter, must be constantly monitored and video surveilled in a 24-hour feed viewable by, if he so pleases, an officer of the DCC in Columbus. Man, that is wild. I didn't know we had that kind of. Every single thing that you see here, every sign, every package, every piece of advertising that we have, Muhammad Wayrich, who as an operations manager at the Nirvana Center off Cleveland Street in Elyria, told Scene on the tour of the facility in June, has been submitted and approved by the state. And this story is longer than I thought it was, y'all. And there's still more to it. I don't want to read the rest of it. Basically, look, we are this close to finally having recreational be available. Currently, it'll be available from our basically our medical spots if the city the medical spot in has not issued some kind of ban about it. So recreational weed, being able to easily go get recreational weed is nearing here. It's supposed to start basically in September. The state house and Senate did not change the law. The law stands as it was written in what we voted for, and that is good. They're just making it hard as they can on the other end of this bullshit. And it's like, this is hoe shit. And it's like, I and it's not even that they are so, none of these people, I guarantee you, are anti-weed. What they are is in the pocket of liquor. Y'all know how liquor gets down in this state, bro. And we have state stores for liquor in this state. And they're saying it's like you can't just go to Target and buy, some hard liquor like you can in Illinois. So it's just how it goes down in Ohio. And hey, Vanessa has had her medical card for some time, and so whatever. My friend just graduated from weed school. It ain't here yet, but it's coming. And you just gotta be patient with these old fuckers because they always gonna want to fight and want to be, because in their mind is this, they've had it taught to them their entire lives, and in some of these people's cases that weed is just the devil's lettuce and the worst thing possible, and that's just not true anymore. You know what I'm saying? My neighbor constantly talks about how he used to smoke weed all the time back in the day, but he can't fuck with it now because it stinks and it must be just full of chemicals. Whereas I know that weed is simply, and like I said, I know this because, again, I got a friend who just went to weed school. It is hand cultivated to make it that potent shit. Ain't nobody chemical in anything because chemicals are expensive when you can just grow your weed the right way and get that funk going. And so he just old, and he talking about, I got a friend who basically get me some of that old stuff, the smooth stuff that smells good. I'm like, basically he gonna bring you some dirt weed and you'll be happy to have it. Which is,
you like this shit stomped on.
He like it stepped on for real. Our other story, which let's peek at this one before I'm saying that's the problem. I did this like him an asshole, and I didn't bother looking at it first, and that bitch was long and kept going. This one seems relatively short. I'm just going to read it, and I'll probably only read a little bit of it. But as always, they're in the show notes if you want to read the full article. Once again, Mark Harper on the byline. Ohio to spend $169 million building electric vehicle charging stations near highways over the next 5 years. Ohio currently has 1,578 EV charging stations. That number will grow soon. Ohio should be an easier state to drive in for Tesla, Rivian, and other EV owners by the end of the decade. That's the overall goal underlying an announcement of a massive funding package by state electric vehicle advocates Wednesday morning, one that intends to inject hundreds of millions of dollars into bringing Ohio's lackluster EV charging station stock up to speed. And the data doesn't lie. Just in April, a report from S&P Global Mobility ranked Cleveland with well near the bottom of 50 of the top 50 U.S. cities for registered owners of electric vehicles, a stat owned to both the high point of entry for said vehicles and undeniably the deficit of charging stations across the state. On Wednesday, in a lecture room at Tri-Cities Advanced Technology Training Center, Grace Scalucci, the director of the Northeast Ohio Area Coordinating Agency and expert on alternative energy infrastructure, spoke promisingly to a packed room about how $169 million in federal grants dollars would be doled out across Ohio in the next 5 years. So this ain't even costing us money. This is grant money. This is dope. Priorities in that spending money spread out amongst NOACA, the Sustainable Ohio Public Energy Council, and the Ohio Department of Transportation were made clear. Power stations for Ohio EV drivers should be conveniently placed. That is, to one day have 9 out of 10 Ohioans within a 25-mile radius of an EV charging station. We have pretty extensive alternative fuel corridor network, Brianna Badanas, a spokesperson for Drive Ohio, said, but it's clear there are still plenty of gaps throughout the state, particularly in southern Ohio, some in northwestern Ohio. So that's kind of what we're here to talk about. Planning for the future phases when we can build outside of the alternative fuel corridors, and we still need to prioritize as a state. So that's what's popping, and I was very happy to read that. You know what I'm saying? Ed has been talking about how he had been considering an EV, and if it's easier for him to charge it, that makes it a more attractive possibility. You know?
Yeah, I have totally changed my mind on that. I think if I'm going to do anything, it's definitely going to be a hybrid. Right, something in the middle.
Yeah.
A friend of mine was driving around Texas, because we've been talking about, of course, you guys are my friends. So I've been talking to it about it with all my friends. He was like, "Man, I got that EV. Man, I was out here stuck. It wasn't nowhere to fucking charge it." And like, Ohio is not like Texas. Like you really have to be able to have a car out there because places are so. I mean, it's so spaced out.
Yeah.
And he was like, he got stuck. And then to be stuck and in a rental is like sucks double hard.
Bro, you remember last year I went to New York and like I had the option to take an EV, and I was just like, I am not prepared for that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know where places are to charge it between here and New York, and then on the way back, I could not bring myself to do it. It didn't seem sensible. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. These rental places want to kind of force your hand, be like, come on, man, use EV. It's better for the environment, blah, blah, blah. But like you said, we have the option of hybrids. Give us a hybrid. Let me get I don't know, with the half electric, half, gas situation. It will end up using less gas by the by because most of the gas is just for in-city driving. So long stretches on the highway, you still will be getting the benefits of an electric vehicle.
Yeah, my mom has a hybrid Toyota, and she loves it. The other day, she had to help me out, and she picked me up, and she was like, "Hey, pump my gas for me, $24 to fill up the tank."
Nice. All right. Yeah. Yes, please. And let me tell you though, man. Giant Eagles card, you know what I'm saying? Used to be they give you like 50 cents off off per gallon, right? Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you spend enough money. But they finally just shoved everything together as one. Basically, they're like, look, you can have all that money off some groceries, or you can have all that money off some gas. We ain't doing they still do have the little buy per gallon breakdown, but every time I do the math, my car basically has an 11-gallon tank, probably a 12-gallon when it's all said and done. But basically, I'm always putting about 11 gallons in there if I'm gonna fill it up from empty. And so then I always just sit there and do the math, and I'm like, well, let's see, 50 cents off a gallon times 11. Let's run it, 0.5. Dan could have did this in his head. I don't know why he got me doing that.
He's on a call.
It's basically $5.50, basically, right? But then it'll be right there, be like, you have $15 off the whole order. I'm like, well, damn, the $15 is always gonna be more hitting than the $5.50. You know what I'm saying? And so I always end up just taking the cash and usually paying a bit less for a full tank. So I kind of fuck with that. And plus, like I said, Xander has his own car, so he pays for his own gas. Me and Vanessa work from home, and Lee work around the corner. So it ain't a lot of riding around to be done. And most of my riding around at this point is local riding around. And
so have you ever thought about the theory where they say you waste more gas by having a full tank of gas in your car?
Oh, because the weight?
Yeah.
Huh, fascinating. I don't know. I currently have half a tank of gas in my car, so am I saving?
Am I safe? I don't know.
I basically fill that car about every 2 weeks now, man. And it's unless we have a lot of stuff to do, and that seems to be just ducky. So and I can get about 30, 35 a gallon if I'm highway driving, and about 10 less than that in city driving. And so it's fine. It does fine. And so for now, I ain't trying to be bothered, and hopefully it'll be paid off next year. If the math is math, and I think next year be 5 years, and that's how long it basically is what that comes down to. Yeah, so
Yeah, I just paid off my car like last week.
Yeah. And that'll help the overall cause, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Because who knows? But congratulations. Big up. That's dope. You paid the whip off, man.
Yeah,
That's that. A little less bullshit.
yeah. Hopefully, a lot less bullshit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but then that next day, you guys know what happened. So it started off with a real bullshitty day, or ended with a real bullshitty day.
It goes
But
down, people.
yeah, just upwards and onwards.
Yeah, that's what's up. But hey, that was the news for the week. And first up is always just Tatum. And this week, it actually is Tatum doing it, and not first up is always just Tatum, but story time with Lunchbox. How that world had to come smashing around the last time we did this.
Well, I'll tell two stories, two quick ones. Well, one quick and one maybe a medium sized one. So the quick one would be I found at my favorite store a battery operated lawnmower at Mark's. I had fun for my money and saved. I found so I've been using a Craftsman mower for close to 20 years. Same one. I run that bitch to the ground pretty much. Like I don't take out the gas in the wintertime. I ain't changed the spark plug in that bad boy no time. It is a soldier. And that's what I've been using for the last 20 years most or more. It works, and I put in it does stay in the garage. It ain't just underneath underneath the carport. But that's what I've been using. It doesn't. Maybe it would be do me better if I took it to Ace and got the blade sharpened or something like that. But it's been good to me so far.
Yeah.
But I have what I would consider like a large backyard and a almost large too large a large yard to take care of. And as we talked about in the episodes before, like I've been looking to get a battery powered lawnmower. So I was at Mark's and I seen it and I was like, I don't know.
Had you heard about it, or did you just bump into it?
I was just at Mark's getting some turkey smoked sausage, skinless smoked turkey sausage that my family eats, and then that was another thing, and this is also what I was getting there was pancake mix because we only eat Mrs. Buttersworth buttermilk, and it was not in any store I had been in for months. Like it was just off the shelf. And what I think was happening was they were they were putting now it's got 25% more than your leading brand. Like putting the new language on there, taking it all off the shelves. And I was like, all right. And I got like 3 boxes of pancake mix that day. And in our turkey sausage.
I too have like 3 boxes of Hungry Jack in my house. That's our pancake mix of choice. I found that amusing that we both have a pancake mix we fuck with, but have a bunch of it.
Oh yeah, I had to get it because it was just like we have pancakes in a week, maybe 2 times, and then once on Sunday. So it's a regular happenstance around here, and not to mention Kellogg's is fucking up, and we can't be eating those waffles.
Don't fuck with Kellogg's no more myself. Never since
So
the boycott back in April there. So
yeah, we trying out here. So I seen the lawnmower, and I was like, okay. It was in my head. I looked it up on Amazon, and then I was like, I was gonna ask my stepdad, I was like, hey Stan, they got these at your Marks? And he was like, yeah, I seen them there. Yeah, I seen them there on Saturday. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, they had a bunch of Craftsman stuff. I'm like, really? And he was like, I was like, they got any more? He was like, I'll call and check. He's like, no, we ain't got no more. I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, so they sold out there. And then he was trying to work a way around, like, you can use my discount. And I'm like, I'm okay, man. It ain't going to be worth it. I got to go get you. And then you come over here. And then I got to take you back. And I'm like, I'm still working. So I really can't do that. but then I seen like it was like $300 more on sale on Amazon at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I'm gonna be saving. Like, I guess in my head, I'm thinking, hey, I'm saving $300.
How is that even possible? That's so wild to me that Mark's pulling that off. I wonder what they like.
I guess you gotta.
Who bullshitting at that point? You know what I'm saying? Is it?
I think just like anything, it's like obviously Mark's had enough that I mean I live pretty far away from my mom, relatively like 6 cities away easily. So obviously they probably had them at almost every Mark's.
Yeah.
So it's at least like 50 Mark's in Northeastern Ohio.
Yeah.
So they probably just like bought out a good amount. Had like so at my Mark's in particular, there are about it was like 4 left. It was like 4 or 5 of them. So if every store get about 10, I mean that's almost Amazon numbers.
That's true.
So
that's still wild to me that the Amazon is selling it at such such an increased price.
Yeah, it was like I looked at it, I read, but see that's the thing though, like when I see stuff at Mark's I mean, I guess that's one reason not to have a dumb phone, because like you're able to look up these different products and be like, oh, okay, and read reviews right there on the spot, and like legitimately save yourself some money and have a good product. The only negative reviews is like, oh, it spits grass out in my face. I'm like, okay, all right. I don't want that to happen, but I'll tell you why that probably happened to that person. So I'm like, okay, Stan can't get it for me, but I can go get it myself. I'm not gonna be really worried about $20, because I'll be spending $20 worth of gas going back and forth to get him and all that kind of stuff. Then my mother was like, just put in his number next time. You don't need him. Just put in his phone number on the keypad. I'm like, I'm gonna try that shit next time. So anyway,
oh, that's crazy. If it's that easy, that's wild.
Yeah, I'll let you know. So, I get the lawnmower, and it was a trial by fire because, it's a lawnmower, and it's in this giant ass box, and I can't put it on a Mark's cart because it'll tip over, and then all that other shit. So I was like, "Hey, can I have a flatbed to take this out to my car?" And the first lady, was the most Russian person I ever met in my life. Didn't know what I was talking about. The second lady, like which I see her all the time at that Mark's, and I think like she's like the morning manager, just act like she couldn't help me and called her manager. I was like, well, I know you ain't the manager. I don't know why I thought you was the manager. The manager is like, okay, I'll go get somebody. I'm sorry. It was another dude from the beginning that I asked, hey, can somebody get me a dolly? And he just couldn't help me at all. I don't understand when you go into stores nowadays and people just like, I just work here.
That's the same thing we were talking about at the beginning of the show, man. It is people being paid like basically bullshit, and they're like, look, I don't get paid enough to deal with your nonsense. That's what it is.
Yeah, people, it's I guess I'll look at it like that because it just don't. It seems like people are woefully ignorant. Then it's just like, you know what? I work here, but I work by the chips, and that's all I know is chips. Now, if you ask Jim over there, he knows somebody that know about the socks. Now he might not know, but I seen him talking to him once. Cause like this is another thing I do, and I've been in so many Walmarts. I'll ask a person, "Hey, where's the clearance section?" Because the clearance section is in every single Walmart, but never in the same place.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, man, I don't know where no clearance section is." I'm like, "Okay." Like some people be like, "Just look up, and you can see it in the rafter somewhere." Like they'll be like clearance, but everyone, like I say, everyone isn't like that. And I've had so many people like, "I don't know what no clearance section is. I never even seen one before. So I get the lawnmower home finally, because the lady, like, I go back in the back. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just take my chances and drag that bitch to the front if I have to,
Yeah.
because I need to get back to doing what I need to do. I get the lawnmower, make sure she didn't give me the fuck up box. And I loaded myself in the car, give them back their dolly. Like, we can help you. I'm like, no, I just needed the dolly. I do not need y'all help. I get it home, and I'm like, the first day I really couldn't do nothing with it. The second day, I was like, I told Spud, hey, me and you can put it together, and like that would be something we can do, because I like I said, I watched all the videos, and it was like, just do this, and this. It's very easy. So I did that, this, and that, and it was funny. My partner's cousin that came over that day on some, not necessarily on some nonsense, but he ain't gonna. He was just not what I needed at that moment. Like,
Fair.
I am a pretty self-reliant person. Like, I don't need help with most things, especially with, like, I can put it together. He's like, oh, you do this. I'm like, dude, get the fuck out my way. I'm trying to put my lawnmower together. I told my son he can help me, and I said that at a whim because he my son. Me and you ain't related and we ain't friends. Get the fuck out my way. I can put together my lawnmower. He was like, all you got to do is this. And I was like, no, dude, it needs to charge. No, you just got to do this. I'm like, no, this has been in a box from Mark's. Who knows how old this fucking lawnmower is? Like, it needs time to charge, at least overnight. Just back up. And then, like, finally, I just did it and started doing another project around the house. So the next day, I think was Saturday, and like, we were on our way to do something. My partner was still in the house getting dressed. Me and the boys were in the yard. I'm like, let me check on the lawnmower. I put it in. I put the battery in. Snap it. Man, that bitch crank up, and it's not super loud, but it is kind of loud. Man, it cut like a fucking dream, man.
Fresh
Like,
blades. You ain't had fresh blades in, like you said,
20
20
years.
years.
I haven't, but off not only fresh blades, like fresh suction. This bad boy suck up so much fucking grass. That's the one downside. Like, usually with the old lawnmower, it's like one bag full, but but you gotta change the bag at least 3 or 4 times cutting the grass.
That's
Like,
crazy.
luckily I have a wheelbarrow where I can just pour it in the wheelbarrow and keep moving. But it cut so fucking even, like, so much so that I don't really have to cut the grass as much, because it's like it's all even, and it looks so manicured now.
I was about to say, with it cleaning up all the excess and cutting so clean, it probably look real smooth.
It cuts so clean. It looks very, like, it's very even. It looks like I'm starting. Now, I'm not on the dude like 6 doors down level yet, but yeah, and plus with the heat wave is making all the grass brown. So what can you do? But it's a wonderful lawnmower. Maybe I should go get the Craftsman I still have, go get that blade chopped up, um and then go from there. But got the battery power lawnmower, and things are going good. So we
Excellent.
can,
Hey man, doing your part for the environment, I fuck with it.
yeah, it's pretty good. Like, and I told the boys, like, that they're gonna have separate jobs to do. I was like, Anthony, you're gonna be the trimmer. Emery, you can use the blower. But I gave it a test, and I'm like, that's okay. I'm gonna wait a year.
Not quite.
Yeah. So my birthday was last week. My birthday is just a birthday. Like, I'm not one of those dudes like, oh, because as you can, like, I do have like gray hair and stuff. Like, when I let my hair grow out, I look at least like 4 years older. Like, but I'm not I'm great with celebrating other people's birthdays. It's just like with my birthday, I just feel like it's just one day. Like, please don't make a lot of fuss. Like, um, I don't. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like ever since my brother passed away, like it's not just it just don't feel the same. Um, my kids, my son did make me a really awesome. No, I think that was for Father's Day, so that don't even count. But we went to the Cleveland. No, I'm sorry. We went to the Lake Erie Captains game for my
Okay.
birthday
We've
because
been to the Caps before. That's in
yes,
our life.
um, yeah, crazy. That's right before my youngest turned 1.
Yeah.
We went there. Um, it was a. I wanted to go there because they're getting to the age where they're starting to like appreciate sports more,
Yeah.
and I would like to tell Uncle Lunch that Spud is all up into the Mighty Ducks right now. Like, I, I got for Father's Day, I got a Mighty Ducks hat, and they were asking like, "What is that?" I was like, "Well, it's 3 different movies, a show, and a cartoon." And I was like, "We can watch them all on Disney."
Are they
And
still a hockey team?
yeah,
Like an
well, yeah,
actual hockey team?
like Anaheim Ducks or something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know if they still exist. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying.
They do.
Okay.
And I know Lunch, like one of Lunch's buddies, is all about him, right? Even though he don't really follow sports.
Yeah, I mean he follows sports. He's on a podcast that they does a soccer podcast for an Atlanta soccer team. But no,
Oh,
yeah, he follows the Ducks. Like he's got like a Ducks tattoo on his leg, like with the Stanley Cup and everything.
What a hyper specific podcast. Just one particular hockey team. I mean, excuse me, soccer squad, eh? Fascinating.
that's how
Yeah,
you
it's
make the big
Atlanta
bucks, man.
United, I think. I mean, I'm not
Sure.
gonna knock it. Like he's gotten to go to games for free in the press boxes, and they have a Patreon. They've got like 1,000 subscribers on YouTube now or something. Like they've got a following.
I just find that fascinating.
It's just funny because he does it. He does the show with people who actually live in Atlanta, unlike him who lives in Ohio.
Yeah, the Anaheim Ducks still exist as a thing. They're not called the Mighty Ducks any longer. They're just the Anaheim Ducks. But
Yeah.
yeah, the Pac division.
So yeah, we went to the game. Like I said, they're getting more and more into sports, sort of, because we went to the park, which we go to the park a lot.
Yeah.
Take the kids to the park, give them something to run out and meet some other kids other than the kids that live in this house already. And Spuds, it looked like it. I'm not sure because I seen one of the kids from his old team on the playground, and I seen like some. I'm like, hey man, I think that's your old team back there. He's like, what? Should I go over and say hi? I'm like, no, not really. And he looked like he probably would have wanted to play a little bit more than he wanted to play last time, which is better than what it was last time. And I start to think like, what like something to do on my birthday, something that like everybody would enjoy. Food, fun. The only downside to this, it was dog day, and I don't know if it was dog hair or a big ass fat cloud of human hair. But as soon as we sat down, like I bullshit you not, this big cloud of hair like comes at us and gets all of our fucking food. And, like we trying to sit down, and it was just like, oh my god, what is this bullshit? Because like the seats that we sat at were like right behind third base.
Okay.
And like it was the third base, the wall, the net, the dance, like the platform that Dancing Homer would have danced on, like one of those. Because legitly, like one of the mascot got out and danced on it like later that day. So we like, oh shit. And like the people behind us like, they don't care. You can just move anywhere. I was like, we know that. Shut up. So we got up and moved. Good seat still. And I got some more. I went up and I'm like, man, this funnel cake got hair in it. So I got some more funnel cakes. It was a good time. Like, of course, we didn't get to see Mustard and Relish in them race.
Oh shit! I thought you was about to on the beat hoe, but I was trying to figure out where you said it.
All right, so I was
So here's
over
third
here
base.
that's third base.
Here's the net.
That's
Here's
the
the
net.
little platform where Dancing Homer be at.
There's the wall, and right next to that wall, you see those that thin cluster of seats right there before you get to that blue sign.
Here or
Nope.
here?
Okay, I'm pointing to see like you can see. So okay, stay to the row. You see where the Dancing Homer plate is, right?
Okay, I'm on Dancing Homer.
Dancing Homer. Keep going, and then it's like this that wall right there. So that's we were right there, right up front. First, like we were in row
So like right here.
Nope, over
Or here.
over further down. Go all the way to the front of that. Yep.
Oh, like
We're right over there.
by third base. On
Yes,
the third base
right
like
there.
path. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
right there. Like our seats are right up front there. That dirt.
Yeah.
It is like I said, Dancing Homer. If you get to the other blue sign, you too far. We were right. We had great seats. Great seats. There were $12 a piece. And I was telling Daniel before I messed up. I've been cussing on this episode, and I haven't been cussing in my personal life. I say fudge instead of fuck now.
I mean, here is
Are
where
you trying to get
comfortably
like
curse.
back in the?
Unless you worry, cursing here will make you curse in your regular life.
No, it's not about the new baby. No. Which I guess
they don't know about that. That's news to everybody who listens to this show but us.
Oh yeah, well, I mean when it's I don't know. I'll probably have to take a break then, but like you'll know why. Well, we're having I guess that was will be a Father's Day surprise. I'm a new pappy.
No.
Yeah, I'm
returning Pappy.
a return. Pappy Part 3.
I was going to say
Back from the store. Got the milk.
That stadium. I love that particular stadium because it's inset into the ground.
Oh.
So basically the top of that Lake Erie Captain Stadium is basically where the parking lot is. And I like that. Instead of, you know what I'm saying? Because all other stadiums, where it's like up and you feel like you're way up in the damn air. But that stadium is like, nah, man. Highest seats is literally at ground level. You're actually going down into the stadium. And I like the way that's set up. I always have enjoyed that stadium's layout.
It's like when I don't know. It's so not aggressive. It's so like it feels so easy. Like and like you said, it's low to the ground. We found a foul ball in the parking lot. This lady came up to us like, hey, I thought you would enjoy this foul ball, and I was like, thank you. And then we found another foul ball in the parking lot, so nobody was salty going home.
Nice. Everybody has a ball to claim there as their own.
Yeah, like we yeah, it was a good time. Did anybody have nobody had hot dogs, but they had Jets Pizza on deck. I know everybody don't love Jets Pizza, but they had it on deck. We had funnel cakes, we had ice cream, and little baseball helmets.
Sick.
Lake Erie Captain. So I wanted to buy a hat, but Lord didn't tell me I was gonna get a helmet that day. So
how did you feel about that as a celebration of your birthday then?
I felt like it was such a easy way to celebrate. We could have went to going to a restaurant, especially nowadays, like we talked about before. That shit ain't satisfying no more, man.
Yeah.
And it's except if you can find a new one. Like celebrating for me is just like doing some shit that I don't get to do every day.
Yeah.
Or like the fuck is they doing up there? Like I don't know, man. It's like I'm older now, getting older every day. Like trying to, and it's such a dichotomous life. Like I feel better making things special more for my friends and family than making shit special for me.
It is a selflessness that is just in your spirit, and so that ain't nothing I can change from you. But
Yeah, I don't
I
feel I don't feel good being right about shit. Like now that I'm older, I don't feel right about like, oh man, don't do that, and then they do it, and then it's like I don't like it's I don't know, man. My life is such in a confusing state right now. So many things going on, so many things I need to figure out. It's just nice just to have a day to breathe sometimes.
what what would calm your life? Okay, let's let you find a house, everything's straight. You move, you set up shop for the new baby, or you stay where you are and you get the attic set up to your liking, and it's a space, saying for office space and baby space and so forth and so on. That's all taken care of.
What would make my life better is something I'll never be able to get back, and it's time. Like
Fair.
it's I'm never gonna have enough time to do everything I want to do in life. Like, and not even for me. Like, my life is full of things that I don't do for myself. Like, well, I do things for myself, but it's just like, um, I could work less, or I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like, um, I don't have enough time to do everything I want to do in life, and I know when it comes down to it, like the most of the things I do in my life, I don't do for myself. So,
What do you want to do that you think you're missing?
man, I miss doing nothing. I miss like just relaxing. I miss like just being like, hey, let's watch this movie together, or let's play a video game together, or hey, you know what? Let me try out this recipe and fuck it up, and then try it again. Um, I mean, life is just I mean, and not to mention like I love everybody in my family, but being a family person is the most thankless job in the world. Don't let anybody tell you, like, not in a like a harsh or a mean way. It's just like I don't have expectations of my boys anymore. Like I learned that the hard way. It's like you buy them this toy, they don't give a fuck about it. Okay, for prime example, we've been having around the house monster trucks by Hot Wheels for the longest. Long as I've been buying Hot Wheels, I've been buying those monster trucks. They got clicked up down here the other day. Oh man, these fucking monster trucks is the shit. Let's get them all. They gathered them all up. They just because they play down here and they play in their room. So like, and school is out every day. It's bring all the monster trucks upstairs and then bring all the monster trucks downstairs. And then they counted and it was like, we got 32. And so they just keep on going up and down. And I'm like, oh, okay, they in the monster trucks again. I bought them 4 more. Do you know they ain't fucked with them ever since they got those new 4? It's over. Having expectations of the stuff they want to play with it, they want to do, is just I don't know. It's so hard to try to guide them in the right direction, and like I want them to you can't rush it. Like my youngest son is doing like I got him he goes to the little gym on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Wednesday he does like backflips and shit, and then Thursdays he does cheering class. So, and he happens to love the cheering class because there's like just the tumbles and stuff. It's just like, well, you do tumbles and this, but the cheering, you actually doing something. You're learning a routine. It's more like they're doing the little actions, and then they have fun. And he's the only boy in the class, and he is a ladies' man. So getting to chase around some young ladies for about an hour, he is right up his alley.
Yeah.
But I don't know what Spud wants to do besides read and play video games. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but what if I'm missing the thing that is the key to his heart or the key to his mind down the road?
You can't control that in any way, shape, or form.
I can't control that, but I can guide that. I can introduce him to more things. I can say like, hey, like I take him to the library, read these books. Like, I always feel like I am missing something that's going to open them up. Like, sometimes I feel like a bad parent because like I know it's something, and I want them to find it, but like shit, I haven't found my purpose, and I don't want them to be like that.
You want them to find it as soon as possible so you can nurture it throughout.
Yes.
Same, except my kid did band and did orchestra and did lacrosse, and none of them worked out.
Yeah.
But what has held this entire time has been choir. My kid can sing, and so they do choir. And I go to all the damn choir concerts I can, and I go to all the various performances, and I pay the fines and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I pay the fees or whatever and so forth. And it's as best as I can do. But my kid want to go to school to be a teacher because they love their choir teacher and they fuck with that. And that's where they want to do in life. And I'm like, all right, if that's what the goal is, then here I am supporting the goal. It's time for us to visit colleges. We got to start doing that here, like toward late summer, going into the fall here. It's that time, man. And because my youngest kid wants to go to college. My oldest did not. And so I have to be able to support that as best I can. But bruh, I'm not saying you're going to miss it because I actually think that's some horseshit. You're going to miss these times. It's like, no, you won't. It is so much better when they can kind of run their life and you can be like, cool, run your life. Keep me abreast of situations. Let me know what's going on. Please don't lie to me. Don't do drugs. It's real simple shit. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep that going on in my life. But you're about to start from scratch again. So then you'll have that. So you get to go through the process again and be like, so you can, have it. But sooner than later, they're gonna be real like independent.
I keep on saying we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna do it right this time.
I'm saying
because kids do stuff. I mean, and it's a joke, but it's some comic relief when they doing something. Like, hey man, we're gonna do it right this time. Hey, what do you mean? Oh, because I definitely wanted to tell y'all this. I keep on calling them NPCs, and they hate that shit. I'm like, man, because like we'll be in a car, they'll be having what seems like two different fucking conversations. Like, y'all in the back, neither one of y'all get y'all questions answered within each other. Y'all just sound like y'all both Sims talking like gibberish to each other, and no, like. Or you walking down the street playing Grand Theft Auto, hearing two different conversations. I'm like, I don't get it, man. But obviously y'all do.
Yeah.
But
it's the joy of parenthood, but it's also the I don't know, the pain of it. And you're right, it is I don't know. I don't feel it thankless, but also I guess I don't seek thanks.
I don't think. Maybe I just need a better word for it. It's like
thankless is the word. Everybody knows it. You hear Mama saying it all the time. You ain't the first one. Shouts out to the Podfather. He regularly talks to me about how, bruh, I don't feel like I'm getting the thanks I feel like I deserve for what I put into this operation. And I'm like, you are probably 1,000% right, but also it's just what it is to be in that role. It's like that's just what it is what is asked of us. I don't celebrate Father's, but you know what? You don't. Okay, but you, the listener, don't. So I guess I'll share it with you. I don't celebrate Father's Day because I feel guilty that my children can't celebrate Mother's Day. Makes you feel like real shitty. So I don't fuck with Father's Day. Now I do. Hey, my expectation of Father's Day is always pretty clear. It's like, don't fuck with me. Let me do what I want to do, and we straight. And so I said last week, I said, you know what? When Vanessa like, what do you want to do for Father's Day? I said, I want to sit right here in this corner and I want to play my video games. And Father's Day, I beat Jedi Survivor. Chef's kiss. Perfect Father's Day, in my opinion. And so that's how that particular one rolls for me. You know what I'm saying? But that's my own little fucked up brain. And I can't do shit about it. I mean, I guess I probably could do something about it, but I refuse.
Yeah. Yeah. For Father's Day, I got up at 6 something. I went to the store, got all the ingredients to make what I thought would be the perfect meal for me on Father's Day. Because, like, yeah, of course, we could go to I pretty much made what Cheesecake Factory used to make. They used to have it was called chicken and biscuits.
Yeah.
They put a biscuit down. They half it. They put mashed potatoes, some gravy, a piece of fried chicken, and a succotash on the side. They had so many different iterations of this meal. Like, first it was a big biscuit. The biscuit got smaller. The chicken got different. The gravy got different. The vegetables changed. And I was just like, no, man, I want this, but I'll have it my way. I made that. I got up, went to the store, made it, and on the way home, I got a phone call and he was like, where you at, Daddy? And I'm like, I'm on my way home. I'll be home in a few minutes. My son had called me using the Echo device in the living room. Like, he was like,
Hit you with
nobody
the
else is
dot.
up. Yeah. So that was pretty hilarious. And came home. Shoot. I made him breakfast, then made breakfast for everybody else. And
When that calls you, does it have its own number?
no, it uses my partner's number.
Crazy. I love it.
Because I thought it was her. Like, because it's this joke where it happens so regularly that it's funny. I will be less than 5 minutes away from home, and she'll call like, "Where you at?"
It is the same thing happens with Vanessa. I'm always like, had you just waited 2 minutes? 2 minutes every time. Like all these things would have occurred. And it makes me laugh every time because it's always been that way. It's literally about 2 minutes every time.
It's always, I'm on blank street. Oh,
Yes.
okay. See you in a second.
I'm at the light. I'm at the stop sign. I'm pulling in the driveway now.
Yeah. Always. But yeah, and then like, of course, we had other stuff to do. Like, we went to swim class, which is funny every week. Funny every week. Every week, the first couple weeks, somebody threw up in the pool.
God damn.
Oh, he did it 2 weeks in a row. And it's funny because my youngest son has a type. And that type is teaching him how to swim right now. And he is in hog heaven and he is not paying attention.
Like, sir, I need you to pay attention so you don't drown.
He take in water every week, T. Every week. Every week. Oh, there go Emery. Going to the bottom. Every week. But he get up and he smile. Wait for his turn. For while she hold his brother, and then or the other person. Spud is doing really good. Like, really, really good. Emery's doing okay. Like he's doing like, because I feel like this is not necessarily our fault, but like we have two children that are not super close in age, but close enough in age where they can do things together. But since Anthony's older, he's going to catch on more. And then
His development is just going to be ahead. It's just is
Yes.
what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
By about the distance they are apart.
Yeah.
It's just that. You know what I'm saying?
And Emery hates it. He gets pissed at it, like, so he get to stay up another half an hour? What is this shit? Y'all gonna burn.
Like,
He
baby, he
gets
earned
one more slice of pizza.
it.
Even though I can't finish this one,
And then I
y'all
had
will
no
burn.
intention.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And
Oh.
he's about to become the middle child, so he's just gonna
Yeah.
feel middle child syndrome.
Yeah. So this is the I'll close it out with this. We were in the car. Might have been after a swim class or something. Snacks are being eaten. Emery has 2 snacks. Anthony has 3. But the third snack was applesauce. Emery don't even eat applesauce. Hey, where's my third snack at? I said, you can have applesauce. I don't want an applesauce. I just want a third snack. Hey, man, I give you applesauce. And I just start, I mess with him the whole ride home. I got applesauce for you up here. I don't want applesauce. I give it, in the last couple of days, you want applesauce? No. And then, like, they've been down here every day. I've been keeping this on my desk. Like, you want this? I don't want that.
Oh, shit. I love it. God, children. They're so weird.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up, man. Thank you for catching us up on. I always like to hear about these my babies because I love them so. Even though they don't get to kick with their Uncle T like that, but I still love them, and I trust they love me in some way, shape, or form. So it's always
they always say, "Hey, tell T and Dan I said hi." I'm like, okay,
go.
but then I'll be like, yeah, I'll tell them. Then I forget every time, so my fault.
It's in your soul. Don't worry, I ain't tripping off of it. Daniel, man, give me some stories on lunch. What's been going on in the world of Dan?
So yesterday I did something that I haven't done in over 10 years. I went and I participated in a public Magic the Gathering event.
Oh,
I went to.
Bitch. You back?
As a
Is
matter
you
of
back, baby?
fact, shuffling and playtesting right now as we're even recording. I have on the computer right here, I'm looking at deck lists, and on this monitor screen above the tablet, which we're recording on, I'm watching a YouTube video of people drafting Magic the Gathering cards.
We back.
I'm pretty sure that I am back. I borrowed almost $900 against my gambling winnings last week, and I ordered a deck, which is everything that has come so far. I'm shuffling currently. I think like 7 cards are still in the Aether. I'm planning on playing in a tournament next Saturday with said deck. But yeah, I went. Me and my buddy Jack, who's been on the show in the past, we went and did a draft at a comic book store in our local town, and I didn't recognize a single soul there. So definitely realized yesterday that I am the old man now. I'm kind of like the old man who comes out on the basketball court and he's in like the thigh hugger shorts with like the knee high socks and he's got like a sweatband on and he's stretching and everyone else is in like and 1 gear. That's kind of how I felt last night. Because I was asking some general questions about like just like how many people they get up there now, like what kind of events they run, just small talk shit to kind of break the ice with some of these people. And then like I paid my entry fee, and the kid at the register is like, all right, the code for the event's on the board right there. And I was like, what's that for? And he's like, oh, you put it in the app. I was like, what app? And so he had to explain to me that like how like there's an app now for like pairings and all that kind of shit, which I mean that's easy to understand, but
I know, but that's crazy how much the game has changed in your absence.
Yeah, and then like they've changed some of the rules over the years, like tweaked them. Where like before, when you like say you drew your opening hand and you didn't want to keep it. You wanted to try and draw a fresh one. You'd shuffle it back in, shuffle the deck, and then draw a new hand, but you would draw one less card than the previous draw. Now, when you do that, like you put the hand back in, you shuffle, you draw the same amount, but then you pick like card, like if you say you mulliganed, so like the second hand you keep, it has to have 6 cards. You take one of the 7 that you put that you don't want, and you put it on the bottom of the deck. So like I was talking to the one dude, and I was just like, hey, I haven't played in public like this in like over 10 years. I'm like, just if I'm messing something up, just let me know. I'm like, like I'm just getting used to everything. I'm like, the mulligan rules are changed since the last time I played. He's like, what were they when you played? He's like, what was it? And I was just like explaining it to him, and he's just like, oh wow, it was like that back then. And I was like, back then? How fucking old am I? Like, Jesus Christ. And like, so we were drafting the newer set, and I knew some of the stuff, but like I didn't know like some of the cards, like I didn't know a lot of the cards because like I knew some of the heavy hitters, but like I didn't know a lot of like the piddly shit, and so it's like I was having to read everything, and then like so I get paired against some dude round 1, and I made a play like an egregious play mistake within the first 30 seconds of playing, like literally the second turn of the game, and I fucked up. Just like he played some card that had so much text on it that like I was so overwhelmed that I missed like one of the key phrases on it and just like lost the guy for no reason. So he ended up winning that game, but then I came back and I actually won the match. So I won my first round, and then I went up against a guy who ended up winning the whole pod in the end. Like he went 3-0, which spoiler, that means he beat me. But his deck had like a bunch of rares in it. Like he was just getting fed at our table, whereas like my deck was a lot of like commons and uncommons. So his had more top end power, and I just couldn't keep up. And then I ended up playing my buddy Jack in the last round, and our first game took the majority of the round because I fucked up. It was where I made my second blatant mistake, and I ended up doing something in the wrong order, which means that I couldn't attack him with this other guy, which means he had more life points than he should have had. And then I ended up losing because he was at 3, and if I had done the thing earlier in the game that I was supposed to do, he would have had 4 less, so he would have been a -1. But instead, the game went on for way longer than it should have, and then he ended up pulling it out because he had more powerful shit. And I had a 1-outer, and the turn that I killed me, I was going to be my next draw step, so I would have won that turn. But then I ended up beating him in games 2 and 3. I won game 3 like on turn 4 of turns, like extra turns, because we went to time. So like he basically couldn't beat me. We were gonna draw if I didn't beat him. I ended up beating him anyway. But so I ended up getting 3rd place. I won a prize pack. But yeah, it was interesting. Like I had fun. I'm planning on doing it again next Wednesday, and like I said, I'm planning on playing in that tournament next Saturday. Just ever since I did that event with my buddies last month, like the Cube event for the birthday thing, I started to realize how much I missed it, and I don't like. I think it'll be a little while before I have that like feeling of like anger if I don't do well, because I'm at that stage right now where it's all kind of fresh again, and I don't anticipate that like I'd come out of the gates better than everybody and outplaying it, because it's like I don't know most of the cards, I don't know all the formats, like I don't have a lot of shit, so it's not like I can go out and make a bunch of different things. Shit's expensive if it's old, like that's gonna be a while before I acquire all this stuff. But I definitely had fun. It was a little bittersweet in that, like, obviously, it's been 10 years, and a lot of the people I used to play with, like, aren't there anymore playing. It's the new crop of people, but they were all nice to me. They were chatty. Like, that's the thing about like a lot of these kinds of people that play this is like they're kind of like quiet, nerdy types, but if you get them talking, they get excited because they're talking to people they feel like they have something in common with, so they kind of open up. Because like the first guy that I was playing, like he was there by himself, and he wasn't really talking much. But then after our match, I asked him like a couple questions, and then he just started like he was like a faucet that wouldn't turn off. He just talking away, telling me this and that, and all these things about this place, and this is what's good with this, and he was just like going on and on and on. I was like, oh, okay, cool, and I just let him talk, and then then before I knew it, the next round was up, and I wished him good luck, and I went on about my day. But these are the kind of people that, like, I imagine I'm gonna see there all the time if I keep, because you get a lot of regulars. So just trying to be nice to these people, not ruffle any feathers, and just try to be pleasant. Like, I don't want it to become like a toxic thing. I just want to go have fun.
Yes.
I expect that my skill, yeah, like I expect with my skill level at it that I'll eventually become one of the better players again. But it'll be a little while, and like I just want to have fun with it.
Well, I'm proud. This makes me nothing but excited. One of the coldest things I can ever happens to me in life is, because I'm a dude who ends up at nerd-esque events, and somebody will be doing some magic type shit. Oh yeah, I had a buddy used to play on a pro tournament, went to Hawaii off that shit. Word, always fuck their heads up every time, and I love being able to tell that story, man. Don't get good again, because it's over for you. I'm telling everybody, that's my man's. Be out there cheering for you, shit. Don't, at this point, see, I'm in your life now. I can show up at events, be out the sidelines, clapping and shit. Like, yeah.
Are we allowed to clap?
I have no idea how that works. But if we can,
I don't even know if they run events like that. Like, that's the thing. The game's changed so much.
We're gonna make some signs and shit.
Well, like, because back in the day, like 10 years ago, there was like a big event every weekend. Like, they had like the pro tours. I think it was like 3 or 4 pro tours a year, and then they had like a Grand Prix almost like every weekend, like in a major city around the world. But like, because like since COVID, they don't really do that shit anymore. They do like 3 or 4 conventions a year. And that's like it. They do like worlds qualifiers. A lot of the shit's done like on the internet, like the computer apps now, like the programs like Magic Online or Arena or whatever. So it's like I don't even know if there is like a competitive tournament scene to even get involved in. Like, there's all these different formats now. I have so much to fucking learn and understand and figure out if this is just gonna be a casual thing, or if this is like could potentially maybe someday be something more competitive, because I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know if that exists anymore. It's just a lot has changed in 10 years.
True. So this is mean Gen Con trip come August Labor Day situation. I know that's when they do that in Indiana.
I have no idea. I honestly hadn't thought that far ahead yet. I know that the Origins one in Columbus is this weekend.
Oh,
like it's happening right now. It started started yesterday.
Okay. Oh man, I remember Dan's stories of the sneaky kids who be at these tournaments just funking up hotels.
Oh, it's rough.
Are they now stinky men? Stay tuned to find out. So look, if we start having basically a Magic the Gathering corner every week, you know what it is. Because I'm hyper interested in this. Never want to play the game, but always love that Dan plays the game. And I got like that. You know what I'm saying? I have that my guy in there ready to discuss matters with me. That is super dope. I'm super glad to have you back. As if I know what the fuck is going on, but I'm aware. And I know how much you appreciate it. When I met Dan, he drove a Mercury Sable. And then he took a good chunk of his Magic cards, hustled them bitches off to put a down payment toward the car he currently still has. And so he pushes that much. He rides on Magic, technically. You know what I'm saying?
riding on Magic.
So I don't know. I've always enjoyed that part of your life and you sharing those particular tales with us. And so to have you back in it is special to me in my own way, because I just I love you, and that's just how I roll. Riding on magic. I'd already written a title, but that might work too. The first title, A Fat Cloud of Human Hair. But riding on magic is pretty good. And I could probably figure out some art for that one. Magic the
And
Gathering card with wheels.
of course, when you post it, you got to play Charlie Wilson. I can do magic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, y'all are caught up on my life as always, so no worries. So let's head to the mean streets of Reddit for some amateur assholes. I'm just running through them this week. Like I said, I'm trying to whatever. I'm not giving you any choices. You're just gonna sit here and deal with them. Although I will tell you what they are before I start them. Our amateur assholes this week will be as follow. Am I the asshole for selling my late wife's cake recipe to a baker? Am I the asshole for blaming my parents for the way my sister reacted to their other daughter finding us?
What the hell?
Yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin she hasn't been through anything?
Oh, that's what we always tell cousins.
That one got the biggest power. We'll start there. Am I the asshole for telling my cousin she ain't been through anything? From that title alone, I was like, I'm probably going to think this person is an asshole because though you might not think somebody has been through something, people will all be going through it. That was my mindset when I pulled this one. But let's read it and see if I'm right. I normally stay at my cousin's house during the summer, and my cousin and her dad got into an argument. My cousin is really spoiled. She was talking about what she didn't get for her birthday, and it pissed her dad off. He said in response, "You have no idea what it's like to struggle. You are so weak." Jesus Christ. A very horrible thing to say to your daughter, of course. But to defend him, our parents are immigrants that literally left a war-town area and their house was burnt down. I'm assuming they meant war-torn, but they wrote war-town. My cousin's parents came here with nothing and worked incredibly hard to open up a business and be successful as they are now. They have everything now, a successful business, a big house, etc., but they worked really hard for that. My cousin has literally been upset about what he said. She has told all her friends and her family. We've all heard it multiple times. She is pissed. The thing is, she's been saying things like, "I've never had to struggle. He has no idea. I'm the strongest person I know." Her friends agree with her. She said, "I never cry. I take everything head on. I never get upset, and none of my friends have ever seen me cry. What the fuck is he talking about?" This rubbed me the wrong way, and her talking about how strong she was made me snap. I told her she is privileged. She lives in NYC and goes partying out constantly. Who is paying for that? Her parents. They pay her rent, tuition, and they are awesome. She lives in a big house. No, she has never cried. She has nothing to cry about. She grew up rich with everything. Meanwhile, I grew up poor, having to pay for my own college, I have to stress about financial aid covering my rent, have abusive parents who I cut off and don't even talk to. She thinks she has it rough. She has lived such an easy life because of her parents. She never had to struggle like me, like some of her cousins, and she never will. She will never have to. The second I said this, she cursed me out and told me I have to leave her the fuck alone and fuck off forever. She's not even talking to me. I've never seen her so mad. Am I the asshole? Yes.
Yep.
I understand that you feel this person has so much more than you have, but everybody's struggle is their own. And you jumping down this person's throat because you feel like they are so whatever means nothing. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes of that house. You don't know, just because her parents do all that shit don't mean they do it sweetly. They could be real shitty about it. He just called her weak. That's wild.
That's not very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And so assuming that's how he talks to his kid regularly, you don't know. Like I said, she could have been getting talked to this way this whole time. She could be getting beat all the time. Any number of things could be happening that you are unaware of. You focus on the dough, thinking if they got dough and I ain't got dough, that means they life must be better. But that simply may not be the case. So yeah, I'm glad my thinking about when I read that was correct. And yeah, you're an asshole because that's unnecessary. Let's see what Reddit says. What do you guys think?
Yeah, that person's an asshole.
Daniel?
I agree.
Fair. This person first response is, "You're not the asshole for wanting to defend your experience. It's unfair for your cousin to dismiss your struggles, but that's not what happened here. You see, so already this dude is wrong.
Yeah.
You might be the asshole for how you delivered it, calling her weak and privileged. See, again, this motherfucker read this but didn't read this because he didn't call her. This cousin didn't call him weak. That cousin's father called this child weak. So we're gonna skip this motherfucker. He has no respect for me. Let me roll down a little bit. Her cousin's situation is that she's mad she only got 36 presents instead of 37. That's her struggle right now. That's one she's being so brave about. Can people raised in privilege have issues? Of course. Me and my siblings grew up in an Art Deco mansion with actual servants, and also very abusive parents who fucked us all up. We have mental health issues. Anyone looking at us growing up would have thought we had it made, but anyone talking to us for more than 5 minutes knew something was wrong. I can't even count the number of times my teacher sent me to the counselor because of mental health concerns. It sounds like OP cousin has very indulgent parents and zero money worries. With the way she's carrying on about gifts, she would definitely have mentioned any mental health or chronic illness or having so much as a paper cut. So it doesn't sound like she has any struggles aside from rich person problems, not even first world problems, rich first world problems. You didn't answer the question if this person is an asshole. Y'all really fucking up this week. This person says, not the asshole. If you wouldn't say the truth, she wouldn't be that mad. So accept that she's living in her delusions and not, again, no. I don't need somebody to say that I'm right here. But what I do need is people to be real about this. It's like they're not. They keep talking about everything but what has been given to us. They are making leaps and assumptions, and I can't get down with that. You're the asshole. You can't possibly know that. I grew up pretty privileged too. I was in a violent, physically abusive relationship. I've been stalked and I've been SA'd. My family doesn't know. You have no idea what experiences your cousin may have had that were painful or traumatic. In general, it's never a good idea to assume that because someone grew up with money that they don't know pain or struggle. This person says at a minimalist, everyone sucks here because the cousin is absolutely in the wrong. Debatable if OP is, but cousin doesn't get to hand wave blame just because it's possible she had some struggle at some point. And the person responds, what are we blaming her for though? Venting about her dad? Not trying to be snarky. I'm just wondering what OP took issue with was her saying she knows struggle. And if we don't really know what she's experienced, I'm not sure we have much grounds to judge on that. See that there? That's what I need. I needed a sensible response, not what these motherfuckers is making up things. Which bothers me when sometimes I am the assholes. Am I the asshole for blaming my parents for the way my sister reacted to their other daughter finding us? Like, can y'all not like? I don't even know what to do with that title to make a decision if this person is an asshole or not. Am I the asshole for blaming my parents for the way my sister reacted to their other daughter finding us? Her parents have a whole nother kid?
Yeah, that's weird.
Did maybe they have a kid when they were young and give it up for adoption or something? What is popping here?
I mean, or Papa was a Rolling Stone, who knows?
Let us discover. My parents were always open with me, 26 male, and my siblings, 27 male, 23 male, and 22 female. So that is 4 kids. About the fact they had another kid before us and gave him up for adoption. Right on. There you go. I'm glad I was right about that. But our parents always said they had a son and had given up that we had a brother given up for adoption. That was something they were very clear on. Okay. Not only did they say that, but they built my sister up as the only girl alive. They made it a thing for her to be proud of. She was adored by the family. She was their special little girl, the one and only. She was our only sister, and we'd all be a little extra protective of her as her older brothers. 5 months ago, we found out they lied. When their daughter tracked us down and said she wanted to get to know us, be a part of the family. My parents were so excited. They were hardly able to contain themselves. My sister freaked out and has refused to meet her. She brought up our parents' lies and said that she was never really as special as they claimed and told them she would never accept a sister and would never accept being made less special. Our parents act so confused about her reaction. They tried reassuring her and they encouraged her to meet their daughter. It was a mess. My brothers and I have met the new sister. I met her once and I believe it's the same for my brothers. I felt no instant connection to her and it was just all kinds of awkward. She was really disappointed she didn't get to meet all of us, and she came on very strong when we met her, which made the awkwardness more awkward. I think she was expecting us to be way more excited than we were, and a lot more into the ideal of being a family with her. The fact my sister refused to even meet her was something she mentioned 10 different times when she met us. Apparently, she still brings this up, which made my parents bring it up several times to me and to my brothers. I'm guessing the other day they were saying how upset they were that my sister refused to come to my mom's birthday party because they had invited our other sister. They're saying how they thought she'd handle it better and be excited. I told them it was their fault for lying our whole lives, which they admitted they did, and our sister isn't what? And our sister isn't a trans woman? What? I don't know what. Oh. Maybe people were assuming that this their brother had transitioned. Fair. My parents knew she was a girl. Okay, there we go. And then hyping my sister up on being their only daughter, I told them the way they did it probably made her feel like she lost their love when it was no longer the truth in her world. My parents told me I shouldn't blame them. They also accused me of putting my sister before them and their daughter and how clear it was whose side I'm on based on the lack of warmth to their daughter. They also said it was unfair to blame them for for the actions of an adult. Am I the asshole?
He kind of sound like one.
Yeah, I feel like you might be an asshole by treating this person shittily, because it seems like you don't treat this sibling with any kind of fairness. I feel like you can be like, yo, man, y'all lied to us. Because that did happen. But I also think it's wildly weird that your sister is so like, I thought I was special and I'm not. How old is this child? 22. That's baby enough. I know it's technically grown, but it's a long difference between 22 and 27. There's a lot of growing to be done there, a lot of development in the brain and shit that's still happening. So
I mean,
everyone sucks here.
And being it seems like being raised by immature people too. So
Yes. I'm gonna give a everyone sucks here in my opinion.
I concur.
Oh, yeah. Box.
I agree with you two.
Okay.
Oh shit. Let's see if I can troll F. Let's see if we get an everyone sucks here.
If I keep doing it, you could just clip the sound and then just plug it in. I agree.
Here's an everyone sucks here. Your parents suck for telling a half truth and lying about the gender of the child they gave up for adoption. It also sucks that they praised your sister for being a girl. Your sister sucks because she's an adult who's throwing a temper tantrum because she doesn't feel special anymore. I grew up with 4 older brothers and was the youngest and the only girl. My parents also coddled me when I was young because I was the only girl, but I didn't grow up with that ingrained in my personality. At 22, this shouldn't be an integral part of her identity. Lastly, you suck for getting involved in an argument that doesn't concern you. Let your parents and sister resolve this on their own without outside interference, whispering into their ear. This person says, "You didn't buy my sister. You didn't buy my sister did because my parents really made it. My parents really made it a point to bring it up a lot. You didn't, but my sister did because my parents really made it a point to bring it up a lot." That's the OP responding to this person. Let's see. It says one more reply. Your sister could probably be there.
Watch Joe Dirt.
I think I've seen Joe Dirt once.
Probably about 20 years.
So they gave a son and a daughter, or was it they lied about the gender? They lied about the sex of the baby they gave before adoption. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here. Not the asshole. Your parents are to blame. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. WTF. Not the asshole. Yeah, there you go. Hi, please explain your last sentence. What adult was the baby forced to remove from them, and they never met or know it was a girl? They knew she was a girl. They gave her for adoption at birth by choice. Okay, cleared that up. Not the asshole. Why do you think your parents lied about the sex of the baby they gave up? Did they start lying about the sex of the baby before or after your bio sister was born? Your parents were assholes for lying, and for that, and for what sounds like some major favoritism of your sister growing up. And frankly, your sister's being an asshole for making such a big deal about not being the only girl anymore. Who cares? And the OP response, before, my older brother and I always remember them saying that. My sister is a product of how she was raised. I love her, but her whole identity within the family was built around being a girl. Anyway, last one. Am I the asshole for selling my late wife's cake recipe to a bakery? I want y'all. This is one I want y'all to put forth before we read it.
I think that person's an asshole.
Okay.
Yes.
Am I the asshole for selling my late wife's cake recipe to a bakery? My late wife passed 3 years ago. Our 2 kids were in their late 20s at the time. It's been a hard few years, and it's even harder now that I live alone. She had a lovely dark chocolate cherry cake. It was my favorite thing she would make, and I always requested for Father's Day. I'm a shit baker, and I've tried to remake it from her notes. The notes are not very clear, and it never turns out correct. It is depressing spending so much time in it being wrong. I've asked my 2 kids to try to make it, but they have refused to. I was told that they will not figure out the recipe and to stop asking. I went to a local bakery and asked them to figure it out. They agreed as long as I gave them permission to sell the cake in the store. It didn't take them long to figure it out, and it's almost exactly the same to my wife's. I brought one for Father's Day, and the kids were happy about the cake until I told them the bakery did it. They were pissed I would sell their mother's recipe. The whole week they've been telling me how I am a jerk for this, and I'm wondering if I'm really a jerk. I just wanted to eat her cake again.
I just wanted to eat that ass one more time.
All right.
I don't. I don't know. I don't think this.
I don't think so.
Asshole.
Say, they ain't gonna make it. Somebody will, and all it costs is being able to get the cake whenever you want now from this baker that is going to have this recipe.
We're losing our recipes.
Oh shit! First one. I'd like to think of this as a way for your wife to live on in what she created to bring happiness to others. It's not like you did this for money. Would the baker consider maybe using your wife's name as part of the item name? Not the asshole. The OP responds, I highly doubt it, and I will not ask them. They've already done so much for me and gave me the recipe back with clear instructions, so now he can make it. I'm not gonna bother them about their cake name. I'm just happy I can eat it again. You did nothing wrong. Totally agree. Not bothering the baker any further. Somebody says it doesn't hurt to ask. Why you actually make it? It doesn't hurt to ask, but whatever. This one of the rare like ever assholes where everybody seems to have a comment in line. Like there's nobody sticking out who just like came in from the sideways. It's pretty funny to see all these like that it's just following a path. Info. What happened to selling it? In the post title, you mentioned selling the recipe to the baker, but the post, it sounds like it was a trade in exchange for actually figuring the recipe out. And the OP response, guess trade would be better. Either way, the bakery sells the recipe now. They got the cake off me, and to pay for it, they figured it out. And this person responds, I think it's fair enough. They took a gamble that your taste buds were worth the exercise. The recipe could have just been shelved in an effort wasted for making you happy. I think your children just have pounds in their eyes. I don't know that. It's a pound sign. It says that pounds in their eyes. I don't know if that's maybe a statement or whatever.
Dollar. Maybe it was supposed to be dollar signs
or cents in their eyes.
Oh,
I don't know.
Okay, I like that idea. Pound signs in their eyes, so money in their eyes. But the recipe was worthless without the work made to translate it, and they were willing to put in that effort. By the way, kudos for inspired thinking about getting them to do it. And I hope it stays on the menu so you can eat it whenever. Same. I was thinking the exact same thing. You are not the asshole for selling it, but you did yourself a disservice by not actually getting anything in return. You should have done the whole lifetime of unlimited dark chocolate cherry cake for yourself. Uh, the OP responded, I would much rather support the bakery so they don't go out of business. They also gave me a clear recipe, so if I wanted to, I could make it. That's what's up. Well, that actually ended on I think, a much happier note. I realize his kids is mad, but his kids are also mourning the loss of their mother. After 3 years, that is still a pretty fresh wound and missing somebody. And so I think that is just, I'm not saying it's okay anger, but it is understandable. And so I don't even think they're assholes really for this. I think they're just sad and can't do nothing about that.
They miss eating the cake too.
For sure. So that was this week's Am of the Assholes, y'all. How about I share with y'all our entertainment for the week? I have heck of amounts. One, I've been off this whole week. I took the whole week off. I took the days surrounding Juneteenth off. So basically, I ended up getting like 9-10 days off of work for just, what is it? Essentially only 4 PTO days. If you don't do that, you should be doing that, okay? So that's what's up. I, of course, watched The Great American Baking Show. I watched The Great American Baking Show because we produce a podcast that reviews and recaps that show called Krunchy. It's a Great British Bake Off podcast. We're very good at it. It is, of course, me and the homie Nick Jew. And we crush. It's a really great show. And we've had 2 of the bakers from this season of the Great American Baking Show on for interviews. And I have an email out to another right now. Hey, I'll check the email right now to see if he has responded. And, I have a response. Let's click and see. Would that be this coming Tuesday? Well, I'll get back to that after we wrap up here. So I might have another baker, another one. And let me tell you something. I am not an interviewer by heart, by nature, by design, but we do okay.
I think you do more than okay, because the people that we have on are interested usually in not only the subject that they're talking about, they're interested in us because they know what kind of product we've been putting out. Like, when Victoria was on, she seemed to be nervous at first, and she's like, "I don't know what I'm going to talk about." We could she had I think she had a great time, and it was a great interview, and it was just like talking to somebody we knew for the last 40 minutes of it. Like, don't do that to yourself. We like it's easy when of course the people that have been on have been a fan of the thing that we're a fan of. Yeah. So it's always going to be easy. Just like what I was saying about Lunch's buddy's podcast. Having a niche podcast is the way to go nowadays. Like, if you like Nutter Butters, the Nutter Butter Hour is for you.
We are going to write down the Nutter Butter Hour. Not that I plan on doing the Nutter Butter Hour, but I like to have that on deck for later use. So, oh man,
I feel like finding Nutter Butter news every week would be amazing.
If I can manage to pull that off, and if not news, recipes, discussions about them, shrinkflation and so forth. It could be specific, but then
Nutter Butter 6 are currently at Dairy Queen. The first Nutter Butter Hour down.
Of course, I'm watching, and it just wrapped up its first. I don't know if they do full season or half season, but Doctor Who with Trudy Gatway, who you might know from Sex Education. Absolutely have loved this season of Doctor Who. Highly recommend you check it out. It has been very good. Nice little underlining mystery throughout the entire season. It really, really was a delightful go. This and it's on Disney Plus if you have that, and it's on BBC if you are other places around the world. Star Wars Acolyte is fire. And most people think that. But there's just a few that are loud and wrong who just don't like it. Because, of course, it is, of course, a black woman, the focus of this story. And they be mad and they be like, this shit has never happened in Star Wars. And then, of course, real Star Wars fans will be like, it happened here, 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 and here. And what the fuck are you on about? And it's like I said, it's a very small but loud group, and they just loud and wrong. So and people feel like they gotta fucking fight and justify, but I'm like, I don't. It's like, look, Star Wars Acolyte, fire. You should be getting down with that. Ken and Friends Pop Out was a concert last night from when we record this that occurred in the Inglewood Forum. I watched all of it end to end. What an event. I don't think I've been that hyped. I mean, I don't go to concerts a lot no more. I'm getting old, and COVID really changed that for me. But I might as well be at a concert. Vanessa sitting next to me on the couch laughing at me, just going buck and wild. If you looked at my IG stories last night, they was loud and loud. If you ever see me go to a concert, that's the same person that was there. I just was at a concert on my couch is all it was. Kendrick Lamar basically did what people are describing as a victory lap. But I think it's more than that. I think Kendrick Lamar just was like, right now, I seem to be the it child of this music industry. It won't always be that way. So while I have this influence, let me bring out all kinds of artists from Los Angeles and the West Coast and try to put them on and let them all do a little something, something. It started with the DJ. Oh, go on.
I did miss Sir Mix-a-Lot being there.
Oh my God, that would have been so dope if they would have brought Mix-a-Lot out. But still, I think they kept it pretty much to Cali. But DJ Hen was the first guy up, and he made a point to bring out. Basically, DJ Hen brought out of like 15 artists, and each artist came out and did a song. One of those artists was my man Jay Worthy. I fuck with Jay Worthy, and I found out Jay Worthy ain't black, so I'm really having concerns about Jay Worthy saying nigga. But Jay Worthy seems to be Jay Worthy seems to be a blood. So I mean, I'm like, maybe I'm just gonna let that be. And so. Next, of course, is DJ Mustard. That's Mustard on the Beat Hole. That particular DJ Mustard get a little better. So not better, but DJ Mustard brings out a few less artists, but each of his artists come out and do a couple of songs. So he brings out Steve Lacy. He brings out Roddy Ricch. Yeah. He brings out YG. Crazy. That was bugged out because, of course, Drake was talking shit like, talking about YG a real gangster. You ain't affiliated. But who was on this damn pop out? But YG. Seems to me sides was chosen. But then, out of the goddamn blue, in the middle set, which is like, I'm not saying these dudes can't be headliners, but it's like, middle set. So you know what it is. Fucking Tyler, the Creator, who, trust me, is not a middle set guy at this point. I've been to a Tyler show. He's a headliner kind of dude. Comes out, does a couple songs. The crowd goes insane. I go insane.
I went crazy.
Like, I immediately messaged Charlie like, not the GOAT, because his name is Felicia the GOAT on Instagram.
Yeah, it's funny. I made mahi mahi burgers for dinner last night. And my son was eating at the table. He was like, can I go eat in the living room? I'm starting to hear songs I know now.
It's real.
And that's when, like, when Roddy Ricch came on, that's when like the house start changing. Because at first it was just like it didn't come on for a while. And like you're waiting, you got it on. We turned on almost every TV in our house to it. So I'm down here with it on up here. So then, like I said, mahi mahi burgers get done. Pizza bagels are being eaten by other children. And Spud was like, I know that song. Can I go in there and start crip walking? I said, go ahead, go do it.
It was wonderful. It was so cool. At the end of DJ Headset, just because I don't want to just skip over this, he brought out, I can't remember Tommy's last name, but you might know Tommy as, if you remember Crumping. Crumping was a big thing in what do you think? Late 90s, early 2000s, if I could consider it.
I would say like 2004.
Yeah, it was basically the idea of clowns and clowning being taught to people in inner city Los Angeles as a means to entertain and be entertained. And so everybody tells me Tommy has been around forever, including my man Charlie. Charlie was like, this is literally bringing a tear to my eye, man. It's good to see Tommy still out here, still teaching the world how to clown and dance and crump and so forth. And so DJ had brought out Tommy, and Tommy brought out all his basically crew that dances and learns how to dance and stuff. Because he's still all these years later teaching kids how to dance as a way to keep them off the streets and out of trouble. And that's super dope. And hyper very specifically LA. Our last set, I just truly had no idea what this could be. I was wondering, like, how is this going to play out? Is he going to bring out people before himself? Is he going to whatever? But no. Kendrick Lamar rises up out of the stage, and you hear music playing in the background. You're like, that is Euphoria. Is this nigga about to do Euphoria? And sure as shit, Kendrick's like, just sits there, the music playing, and it's a groove, and you're like, this is so dope. I mean, what is about to happen here? So again, like I said, this man rises up from the stage. That's another thing, you know what I'm saying? This is a stage in the middle of the form. It's a rectangle stage, and he's basically, I realize it's a rectangle, therefore it can't be theatering around, but he's also just like, he's rapping to the entirety of the form, you know what I'm saying? He's making a point to turn and look every direction. Also, he's rapping to the camera, so he's rapping directly to us. And a man comes up the ground and like, them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now is spiraling. He says them superpowers get neutralized and the whole audience is the rest of it. He's still doing it. He did all of Euphoria. Mind you, Euphoria, about a 6-7 minute song. All of it. No backing track. That's a big deal. That's just him and the mic and the music playing in the background. But no, his own vocals, all the vocals, or the audience vocals. And I'm like, I cannot believe he just opened this set with fucking Euphoria. Because then it gets real. It's like, oh, then everything's on the table. Everything's on the glass. Next song was DNA. He's kicking it. Eventually, he brings out J-Rock, and they do Money Trees. Then they do Win. I'm like, and it just has better. It has so much meaning at this point when you win. It's like so fire to hear that shit popping off. He brings Absol up, and Absol can't see. Absol is literally blind. And he's holding Absol close to him, and he starts rapping 616 in LA. And that's my favorite song of this whole beef. It is the one I absolutely love the most, and wish was available on DSPs. And Off-White Sunseeker at the Marina. Fuck a phantom. I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. And he did almost all that. And I was like, please do the part where you get on act looking, but he didn't. He stopped short, and I was like, ooh, it was a good taste though. And I was so like, that literally hit me in my chest and always made me start tearing up, because as I said, it's my favorite song of this whole beef. It's the one that gets the least talked about, and of course, it's the dopest to me. But the industry cook is I picked the carcass apart, and he stopped right there, which is so dope to stop with. But yo, they did collard greens. They did swimming pools. He did all these songs, and of course, then right, he like, y'all, you know what I'm saying? I got to show love to the originators. And he goes, I understand I said that at the beginning, but you know what I'm saying, I want to make that point again. You know why? He's saying, and then all of a sudden you get a doom 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 doom. It's still Dre Day. AK. Oh my God. He brings Dr. Dre out, and the house is about to fucking just crumble to the ground, because that's bonkers. Again, Tyler is nobody's middle act. Dr. Dre is nobody's buddy to come out and just do a joint. But these are top tier artists who don't come and do this thing. But sure as shit, Dre come out, they do that. They do California Love. And Dre just leave, and he like, hey man, I know you ain't just about to leave, bro. Don't you got something to say to people? He go, maybe. Let me get a moment of silence, y'all. I'm like, oh shit, you about to get an RIP to some people or whatever? And he goes, shh, I see dead people. And then mustard on the beat. I bet you that shit measured on the Richter scale, because the LA Forum was rocking. My house was rocking. the world was rocking. I've watched lots of people who were watching it on TV, academics who've been just hating on Kendrick this whole time and love him some Drake. I've watched the reacts to it. This motherfucker starts dancing just like the rest of us start dancing when that song pop off. And he set that bitch off, stumble over some of the lyrics, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? He had to learn a bunch of other songs too, plus do this one. And plus the way he stumbled was dope. And he did some tweaks to the lyrics and stuff like that too, as I thought was fire. And then he basically comes to an end, he's like, and he just stand there, he goes, so we ain't gonna be letting motherfuckers disrespect the West Coast, right? We ain't gonna be letting people talk bad about our idols and shit right there, right? And he's like, oh my God. And he go, all right, play that again. He do it again, but this time he just let the crowd do it. The whole crowd is just spitting the lyrics. Kendrick just sit there. When he got but the first time when he got the A minor,
Yeah.
he just said, you know what I'm saying? probably strike a chord, and it's probably, and he just sat there and let the crowd do it. And he just sat there just surfing on the crowd saying A minor. And like I said, the next time he starts it up, he lets the whole audience just do it. They get through it, and he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the crowd is just like going buck, and he's insane. He's like, all right, do it again. Do it again. And you like, there's no fucking way. And he does it. He gets through the song and so forth and so on. He grooving. And the crowd is like, basically like, one more time. He's like, I want it again. And the crowd, of course, is like, yeah. And you can see him living off the energy of this crowd. Shit, I was getting my life off this crowd. He do it again, which is so insane. Finishes up, like, you know what I'm saying? Says, look, this ain't never been about no beef, no back and forth. You know what I'm saying? It's about this right here. It's about, raising up the West Coast. It's about this. Starts bringing up all kinds of gang members, all different sets, all different kind of areas codes, NBA players, all the people, the rappers who were there and performers that were there. And I'm saying, just bringing them up. Russell Westbrook on stage having a good time. DeMar DeRozan up there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's hilarious to see all these dudes getting dragged up on stage and like happily coming up there. And then Kendrick gathers everybody, and I'm saying, hold on. They get together, they take this massive photograph. You got to imagine, like I said, it feel like it must be like 100 people up there. They take this photograph, and he finished talking about, you know what I'm saying, why, you know what I'm saying, this is so dope to bring these sections together and have people come together in peace and love and just to celebrate and have a good time. And he like, now let's get back to the festivities. And they do it again. And it's like, holy shit. 5 times. He threw that song up 5 times. And they wrap it up. And as they walking off stage, it's the instrumental. So basically 6 times. Because, of course, you got to play it 6 times for the 6th guy. Got to do it for the 69 guy, the freaky ass nigga like him. And I can't of it in my life. I'm marking it down. It's only a couple of them I done had. A few of my life I've had. That's another one right there. Sure, being there probably would have been the greatest thing ever. Probably, you know what I'm saying, I would have been in LA with my folk or whatever. But I had an experience in this living room right here, y'all. and I am better for it, and I truly loved it. Everybody's still, the energy is still so present right now. I've been watching TikToks and reading tweets and everything all day about it. It has been truly something wonderful, and I think it's a fine way to wrap this all up. And everybody like, what's Drake gonna do? What's Drake doing? I'm like, fuck it,
Nothing.
don't let him do anything. What can he do?
I'm not disappointed, but the only thing I was hoping it was going to be a like a West Coast remix of They Not Like Us.
The thing is, the rumor is they were supposed to be recording something, a video of some sort Saturday.
Oh, okay.
So what will come of that? I don't know.
I've seen a couple different. I mean, this man, Elon Musk owes him money. He has brought back at least Black Twitter back 2 months in a row.
Yeah.
And in between all this time, I seen it like a couple different things. It was like I don't know what football player it was, but when a football player is going up to the building and he can't get in, it was like that's how the game is feeling right now. Trying to get into the building.
He played himself.
And then when it's a meme of Vince McMahon wearing a wave cap, and it was like all the Amazon executives right now.
Bruh. It was on because of course it was on Twitch, but it's also just on Prime. And so, like I said, it can be viewed on those two Amazon owned products. It was on AWS as the backbone of it, so it never skipped, hitched, or anything, and was running almost in real time. And oftentimes, shit on the internet cannot run that smooth. It's usually going to be a little bit behind. But like I said, I'm saying, yo, it's the GOAT. And y'all be like, yo, it's the GOAT. And like, we are like, say, I'm talking to somebody that is there. So,
what a time to be alive, man.
for fucking sure. Last thing. Once again, TikTok did this to me. I saw a scene from a movie and I was like, what the fuck is this movie? Because it was a very interesting idea. And I was like, oh, okay, let me go see what this is. It's called Greenland. I believe I saw it on Max. Stars Gerard Butler as a Atlanta architect or building supervisor or whatever. The world is getting basically hit by an asteroid or meteors or whatever. And he is one of the rare people who get a phone call from the government that says you have been selected to come be basically saved. You get to go fly off and be safe. What they don't know is his son is a diabetic. And nobody who was sick was basically accepted into this program. So when they find out he's a diabetic, they're like, hey, man, you can't go anyway. But what it is, in the meantime, he didn't know this was happening. He's like, oh, shit, his medicine must have fallen out of his book bag. I'm going to run back to the car and get his medicine. I got my bracelet already. I can just get back in here. He gets back in there. He gets loaded on the plane. He still doesn't know that his kid and his wife have been kicked off. He's on the plane. The door is closed. He's about to get off. But then like he ends up convincing them, hey, yo, my kid is still out there somewhere. I got to get the fuck up out of here. Please open this door and just let me go. He goes, if I let you go, you can't get back on this plane. He goes, I don't care. He gets off the plane, starts running back toward the building. The people who aren't allowed, who didn't get the allowed to whatever, break down the fence with guns and start shooting at the soldiers. It ends up being they knock over or explode a fuel truck, which blows up next to a plane, which then blows up the plane, which then blows up other planes that are next to it. It's a crazy movie. It is a basic 6, 7 out of 10 type movie, but it's a fun little action romp, little family kind of situation. I think it worked out pretty well. Decent effects, pretty fun movie. It's called Greenland. I'd highly recommend.
It's two people in this world who got a set list of movies that don't fuck around. Bow Wow and Gerard Butler.
Fair. I played Astro's Playroom. They announced a new Astro game at a Sony event recently. It comes out in the summer, or excuse me, in the fall. But as a way to kind of advertise that they updated Astro's Playroom on PlayStation 5. If you got a PlayStation 5, you got it. It's free with the system. It's in there. It's an amazing game. I would highly recommend you play it. And so they're going to update it, and every now and then you'll get to go find new characters. And they came with new gachapon games that you can basically crack open. Astro's Playroom. I beat Jedi Survivor. I'm still working through Paper Mario: 1,000-Year Door. I beat Super Mario Land, which was the OG Game Boy Mario game. I started yesterday, maybe the day before, Metroid Zero Mission, which they just released the other day, Tuesday, on a Nintendo Switch Online service for if Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass. And I'm really, really enjoying it. Like I rarely play my Switch in handheld mode, but here I am playing Switch in handheld and to play that game. I also started back up playing Fortnite after I beat Star Wars. I just kind of needed something to do, and so I started playing Star Wars. And I started playing Fortnite again. 2 victory royales, two days in a row, 2 victory royales. I was super hyped. One of them, I didn't even know I was like of the last 2 people, and then the other one, the last person had to have died in the storm, and I just won automatically. I killed one person, and then somebody else died in the storm, and I got the win. So dope about that. I started Sunday and was done by Tuesday morning. Jasper Ford's Red Side Story. It's a sequel, 15-year later sequel to his book Shades of Grey. Jasper Ford is kind of an absurdist fiction writer. And in this case, this takes place in a world where people are literally separated by their color vision. There are people who can see red. There are people who can see different shades of color, and there are people who they are called grays. And like I said, it's been 15 years since the original book. I never thought he'd get a sequel, but he announced a sequel like last year, and it came out, and it was really great. And I got through it in, like I said, 3 days. Fantastic book. If you don't know the works of Jasper Ford, highly recommend it. I'd also tell you to go ahead and I'd give a read or listen to Shades of Grey, because Shades of Grey I actually read back in the day, like paper read, you know what I'm saying? And Red Side Story, I of course listened to because I'm an audiobook guy at this point in my life. And highly recommend. Of course, I am still listening to. I play it at least once a day, every day. Not Like Us. It is my shit. The other day, Spotify sent me a message that said, "You listen to Not Like Us 21 times," and I'm like, Spotify, you don't understand. I've been listening to it other places, not Spotify. I've played it more than that. It's definitely going to end up on my end of the year list on Spotify. It's hilarious. That is all my entertainment over these last couple of weeks. That's what's up.
You want to go, Daniel, or you want me to go?
Playing Call of Duty. Obviously, started playing Magic again. Like I said, I watched the first 3 episodes of The Boys that just came out.
Oh,
Well, for the new season, I should say. I should clarify that. And that's about it, honestly.
Fair enough.
yeah. Since I've been off work, that means I don't really get to watch much TV. But I did the 3 things I did do. I went to the movies and I seen what's that? Not a Motorcon. I paid for the tickets. I should
Inside
know that
Out?
shit. Inside Out 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I know that came out because my stepmom called me the other day, and she's like, "Hey, what's your Zelle? I need to send you $4 because I accidentally rented Inside Out on your credit card because I have my Amazon logged into my parents' TV so they can watch Prime." I was like, "Don't worry about it. You can just watch the movie. I don't care."
So wait, she got the first one, or the sequel was available for rent?
She rented the first one because she had never seen it, and she was going to go see the second one on Tuesday with my siblings. So she needed to see the first one to understand what the second one
She need to catch
was.
up.
Do they not have Disney Plus?
No,
Huh.
I don't either. I use somebody else's Disney Plus.
Yeah, we went to go see that. I didn't see the first one either, but it wasn't really for me. I was just there because I might have drove, I might not have drove, but we seen that. I did finish all 20 hours of "You Like It Darker" by Stephen King. My dude just keep on pushing out these bangers, man. I keep on listening to him.
That's what's up.
So I finished that, and of course, I'm on Creme Patissier, so I watched what's necessary for that. Other than that, man, it's just been I was watching today. I watched I haven't been much into crime and stuff, but I watched the episode of Snap today. But other than that, I haven't watched pretty much anything.
Yeah, there you go, people. That's the plot and the scheme of it all. Thanks for getting down with us. You know what I'm saying? It's always a pleasure to do this show and kick it with you, the listener. And we hope you enjoy what we do here. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share. We should subscribe to the show. That's on YouTube, where you can subscribe and or rate the episodes, because they do go up there. Your a little 5-star over on Spotify would be dope, and a 5-star and maybe a review on Apple Podcasts also helps the cause. If you want to support the show and actually got a few stars, right, consider joining us over on Patreon. Members of the $5 tier get content each month and early access to new shows. We got merch over at tpublic.com/user/StateCountryMilk, all one word. And feel free to give us a call at 216-264-6311. That's 216-264-6311. We would certainly love to hear from you. Pop over to Twitter, because we got a guy who always shows us love, and I want to make sure I show him love or them love in return. And that is, of course, my man Nobel laureate Dr. Moxford A. Labitsky. You gotta hit us up and tell us what your real name is. Unless that, of course, that is your total. That actually is your name. But last go around, he said, Tatum 216, happy birthday.
Oh,
To
thank you very
me,
much.
he said he was sorry about Jinx passing on because he said they had a couple of cats that they lost some years ago, and it's still weighs heavy on their hearts. And
Yeah,
props to Box for keeping the shit together, quite literally, because Box tell the story about having to emergency pop out and show niggas because he had to go take a dookie duke. So that's what's up, man. But thanks for always giving us a little love as to what you enjoy about the episode and showing love in return. Thanks for birthday love for Ant. Thanks for showing some love to me for on our family's loss. That's real dope of you, man. So
Thank you
fuck with
very
it.
much. Yeah, this is the first episode I've been on since Jinx been gone. It won't be the same hearing those little toenails hitting or hey what's going? Oh, you hear a bump or something going on, and T get easily. That's the only thing that could break T during the episode. So rest in peace to the pod dog.
Word up.
Little duckies in the sky.
Facts. But yeah, there you go, people. That's it. We do Crumpet TCA every week. For right now, like I said, we're doing it weekly. It's 6 episodes of the season, so we are recording episode 4 this week. We have the semifinal final left to go. Like I said, I literally have somebody on the email right now. I'm going to holler it right quick, so we might have a guest this next Tuesday, and that could be a great time and be fun to talk to. And I hope that works out. But Crumpet TCA comes out on Thursdays. I mean, she's on Friday, so after you hear this episode Thursday of next week, come back tomorrow. We got some Crumpet to say for you. Hopefully, we'll have you some So Chef here soon. Me and Charlie just hadn't been able to get our schedules to vibe, but we got some more to go on that because the bear comes back next week, y'all. So we got to get to it so we can get a little bit ahead of the curve there. But that's what's up in the realm of business. That is, of course, the 216's on Tatum.
I'm leaking. You speaking?
What's
I don't
up?
even know what that means, but that's what came to my head.
That is the big homie, the magic, the gathering. I don't even know what the meta is anymore. I can't wait to find out what your new nickname would be. You know what I'm saying? You used to be like the what was it? You was you was like the Mono Green. What was your shit, man?
What?
You had a play style that you had kind of whipped up that was I thought had the color green in it back in the day. And so
I mean, I've played everything, but yeah,
I know.
I had like a feature match on YouTube where I played a mono green deck.
Those words that came out of my mouth were correct. Mono green. It's been forever since I heard about that, but that's dope. Anyway, that's Lunchbox 2099.
Nailed it.
I am the internet's Tay-Rail 713. Don't make me throw you into traffic. We'll catch you next time, y'all. Peace.
What happened to your ass? It used to be beautiful.